All right, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome. Sorry about that. We use this guy today. What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. Hope you guys are having a wonderful. What's today? Monday? Is it Monday? Monday. Hey, sometimes I get lost in my day. It happens. Yeah, last night was Sunday night confession, so yeah, Monday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, man. We're going to talk about the internet today. And you're probably like, what the hell do you mean we're going to talk about the internet? I'm just going to talk about how people use the internet, why people use the internet, and, just interesting aspects, how the internet has impacted our lives, how it's almost become necessary, a necessary evil. And, the thing about it is, hold on one second. How the internet helps us communicate, integrate, implement new things into our lives. How we, like I say, get news and all these other things. But before we get into that, we got to go through the proper routine. And welcome to the den again. I thank you for allowing me to be your host this evening. I am Ed Honcho, if you don't know. And I appreciate the privilege of being able to, have this conversation with you. Man, Kim, I just saw the message. I just haven't picked my phone up because I cut my alerts on after last time when I missed you. And then I'm just now seeing it because I was rushing trying to get everything last minute. So I apologize for that. We're going to make some shake because I know I was supposed to get with you this weekend. And I don't think I didn't do one Saturday, I believe. So maybe that's why I'm throwed off. Maybe that's why my days is fucked up. But I thank you for allowing me to be your host this evening. Make sure you're following the den on all the proper socials. Say, man, get stuff out of my way. Can't even sit smooth. No, Facebook.com/Den Show Live, Twitter and Instagram, different platforms, same name, at Den Show Live. Make sure you're following on those if you use other social medias on the internet, which is what we're talking about tonight. Yeah, I'm corny and I know it. I don't give a shit. If you ever want to contact the den, whether we're live or not, you can always call 833-284-3336. 833, the number 2, the den is the easiest way to remember that. Or you can send an email at denshowlive@gmail.com. So if you got some constructive criticism, thoughts, topics you want to suggest, whatever it may be, feel free to use either one of those to reach out to your boy. Also, thedenshow.com will take you directly to the YouTube page, and if you go to thedenshow.com/live, it'll take you directly to the live page. And the funny thing about that is, even if it's not live, it'll take you to the page. You can say shit in the chat and all of that stuff. Sometimes I'm checking it. Sometimes I have it up just randomly throughout the day for no damn good reason. And so if you're waiting to get in the den early and you just want to get in the chat, even if it doesn't say that we're going live or anything like that, you can always use that if you're bored. Shout out to everybody who's showing love to the den, everybody who's been supporting the den as we go through this process, as we grow and move forward. There's a lot of goals that I have planned. And they're not just goals for me, they're goals for you and everybody who supports this. So you can go to streamlabs.com/the Den Show to support. I have the super chats off because it just helps us expedite getting to the goal a little bit faster than waiting on the super chats. There's a little bit of a delay and a bit more of an expensive fee when using the super chats. So just to expedite the goal. And if you want to support monthly, shout out to Stina Stariad. I appreciate your support. And I got to make sure I put the credits in the videos because, like I said, I'm going to start dropping a lot more videos. I dropped one earlier. I had to I was tweaking some things. I guess I got to get back to getting used to the recording. So, but you go to patreon.com/the Den Show if you want to become a Patreon supporter. There's multiple tiers, and depending on what tier you pick, you can get your name in the credits on all the videos that are getting dropped and things of that nature. So, shout out to y'all, man. Just shout out to everybody who has supported ever. And again, I apologize. Like I'm a few minutes late. I'm trying to make sure I put this on the grams. Ever, because like I said, I do sincerely appreciate it. I don't want y'all to ever think I take anything for granted. I don't care if it was 32 cents or a few $100. Some of y'all have, some of y'all are songs for love, and I'm just like, well, God damn. But I thank y'all, man. I really do. I think y'all are incredible, and I really appreciate the love. Because the funny thing about it is, you know, on this journey, and I know y'all probably like, Honcho, shut up and start talking about the fucking internet and give us our shout outs. I understand this. All right, I'm done with that bullshit. But the thing about it is, you know, in this journey, that a lot of you I don't know. A lot of you I never met. I haven't seen those in the chat right now. I haven't met. We've had some of them. We've had conversations about various things. But for the most part, we're strangers, and we connect through this internet, right? Without this internet, we never would have had these conversations. And the fact that you guys support, even if you're tuning in, even if it's, like I say, financially, just words of encouragement, whatever it may be, it's greatly appreciated. Because the funny thing about it, like I say, other than a few folks who, I've told you I've cut a lot of people off in my life, but I'm still accessible through the same way, you know. But the support that I get from you guys is greatly appreciated, because even for the people who do know, you know, that I fool around on the YouTubes, you know, outside of the Cushington Baker Man, I think T360, and a couple other folks here and there, you know, that y'all show love and support, and I appreciate that. I don't want y'all to I don't take anything for granted. And I'm just looking at life and the way things can be cut short easily. So I just want to make sure I share that with you guys. Let's see, we got joining us tonight. Man Cave Sports TV, Beyond a Funny Nigga, Marie Lovely. Hey, what's the motherfucking deal? Simply Deep, what's the motherfucking deal? Project Brooks, 335. Rashida Reed, Professor Trill, DeMarcus Johnson, Miss Thang. Let me see, Prepaid Mike, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see, Rob Myers. Let me see, James Harden, Kay Grace, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? The nigga who could, Bama Boy Wise, what's the motherfucking deal? To make sure I ain't miss you. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. You know it is what it is. Brandon Davis, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. All right. So here we go, man. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on a package. And because it was supposed to be for last week, because I was trying to go find it locally and I couldn't find it. And since I couldn't find it locally, I ordered it, and it's been some delays on that process. There might have been a bunch of crazy delays, but that y'all will see, Broderick. Hopefully it'll be in sometime by the end of the week. That's what I'm hoping, because like I've had some weird things happen, like because I got refunded for something I ordered, but they didn't say my order was canceled or anything like that, and I would just notice, you know, anytime you got a little bit of extra money in your account, hold on, where did this come from? You know, wait, I don't remember this. And they didn't say anything. It just showed that the charge was gone, but yet my order's still pending. A bunch of weird shit going on. But we're going to talk about the internet, man. We're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to talk about what's shaking. Why do people use the internet? You know, the internet has a plethora of knowledge, a plethora of opportunity. People have made careers, businesses. You know, people have gotten rich just owning domain names. In the infancy of the internet, and there's still people who win here and there. In the infancy of the internet, people have taken this digital real estate, domain names, which now run you about $8. They're not expensive. And you can do many things. I found some success in certain areas, and it's a little bit easier than you think. Some things can be a little bit more difficult than you think. Some people have used this social media to grow themselves into fame and notoriety, aside from the traditional mediums, and they've transferred their social fame to the traditional mediums. Some people have leveraged, you know, this tool, this communication, this ability to speak with others, and done pretty well for themselves in a multitude of ways. Some people who have been from mainstream areas have used it to, you know, widen their grasp or you know, solidify their base or whatever else it may be. But the internet is a tool. And I don't know if everybody looks at it like a tool. I don't know if everybody looks at it like for what it should be intended for. I don't know where that shit came from. And what I'm saying is the same way cars, the same way money, the same way, you know, other things should be considered tools. But people look at it depends on the perspective in which you have on these things. And then, you know, people may treat them a little bit differently. So what I want to talk about is, you know, man, I ain't watched a fight coming in so long. Oh shit, Man Cave Sports TV showing love, man. What's the motherfucker? That's what I'm talking about. Man Cave dropping digital. Shout out to Man Up, aka Man Cave Sports TV. I like the new name too. I do like the new name. I think that's a dope name. Appreciate the love. We're gonna get this party started. Goddamn it. Oh, that's what I'm missing here. That's what I got to put up here. I'm missing that little box. I was like wondering why the screen just looks so naked since I had fucking like last week or two when I had to kind of redo everything. The little yellow box in the corner. Like they would mark everything when everybody was showing love. I got to put that back up here in just a second. But you know, the internet, you can send donations to people and show love and support for the things that you enjoy, which is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Man Up. We have these conversations, man. We have great conversations in here, you know, every evening. Amazing conversations. And this is what this tool has done. As the internet has gotten more powerful, you know, hey, look, Jack, I came from the days of AOL and dial-up, you know, the wild, wild west days of the internet. When I wasn't thinking about business, when I should have been really taking advantage of the shit. That was right in that different phase anyway. You know, motherfuckers was looking for the internet to connect. And when you talk about connecting with motherfuckers, first thing is on your mind is chicks, sex, how you can get some action. I can meet some hoes from somewhere else that ain't even over. I remember niggas used to give me a hard time. Oh, nigga, that internet shit, that shit weird. That shit strange. You know, how you meet some hoes from over, how that shit work. That don't even sound right. You know, whoop-de-whoop. Now everybody trying to do that shit. Everybody on POF, like who was it, Brett O called last night talking about POF and dating sites, and you know, everybody in the world trying to date old Mexican abuelas and get their rocks off, you know, but it is what it is. And so my thing is, the internet, depending on what your purpose for it, can be something that can be great, can uplift you, can just be a supplement to your life, or it can be something that could destroy you. And again, it just depends on what it is. You have people who do have serious porn addictions. You have people who have, you know, they get addicted to watching certain stuff on YouTube. Kids get caught up in some of this bullshit. People meet strangers on the internet that can, you know, cause harm in their lives. It's a lot of stuff that, don't get me started on Black Planet. Because I was thinking about that shit the other day, the story I was telling yesterday on the thing, and I'm like, did I meet that bitch on Black Planet? I don't even know. Black Planet was a trip. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even go get started on that. Probably might have had maybe one of the better bad decisions of my life, fucking with that Black Planet. But, you know, the game has changed so much since then. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. Like I said, I want to have an enjoyable conversation this evening. We've been having some tough conversations. I know people. Goddamn, I mean, what's going on? Shit on fire? But, yeah, that Amazon Prime can be a motherfucker, you know. Yeah, that shit could be a motherfucker. My old lady be the same way. Okay, about box. I didn't even realize I ordered some stuff. I forgot I ordered. Like, what the fuck you forget? You ordered some shit. You got what? Oh yeah, I did order. It's like, come on, man. Shit. Look, they know where I'm at. They knock on the door. I'm in the den, bitch. But you know, the internet is an amazing thing because, like I say, it provides you so much opportunity from now the palm of your hand. You had to sit up, set up shop, crank up set up, wake up everybody in the house, a little noise going off, like fucking snitching on you. You trying to get on late and try to find some old shit to watch. You can't even watch no fucking freaky shit because you know the fucking whole house woke up. Now what you doing in there, nigga? What you doing? Can't fucking with the LimeWire. Oh man, look, LimeWire with Napster with some OG shit, all that shit back in the day. What Baker Man mentioned Kazaa the other day. A lot of fucking shit. But we're gonna get to the conversation. I'm gonna stop ranting, but I want to look at something before I open up the lines, and I want to know how you guys use the internet. We're gonna take a look at the list. Yeah, when your kids are online. Hey man, how they gonna play people on the video games? How they gonna challenge? I mean, there you go. Video games you used to be. You had to have friends. You had to have real friends to play video games, co-op. Well, you had to get out and meet people first, then play the video game. Now you just get the video games and the people, they come. Weird. But like I said, I want to take a look. They just, recently did an updated list of the top 50 websites, right? And I just kind of want to look at them And I think some of these will be interesting. I think you guys will be surprised by some of these. And some of them, probably not. But top 50 websites, and I think some of these have grown over time. I've been down with some of these websites since the OG days. I know they weren't in the top 50, but it's interesting how some of these things have grown. And so we're going to look at them. And let me pull it up. Like I said, I'm going to start trying to do some different things, be a little bit more, bring a little bit more information to the deal. So we're going to bring this up here. All right. And oh yeah, you get that LimeWire. You get that Lyme disease is better than that LimeWire virus. You got it there. So we're gonna kind of scroll real quick and just run through the top 50. Right. Google, of course, everybody uses Google for everything. YouTube, of course, these are the top two #1 search engines. In the sense of YouTube, I know you may not think of it as a search engine, but that's the next place people go to look up anything. How to do this, how to do that. So you have a visual representation of how to do whatever it is that you're seeking, right? I guess it looks a little small on screen, but y'all be all right. Y'all will be cool. Next you have, I'll put the little mouse there so y'all can see where we at. Facebook. All you youngsters talking about Facebook for the old heads. We don't use that shit. That's for y'all old motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. Facebook is number 3, top 3. Bronze medal. Amazon. And you would think that Amazon would be above Facebook. I'm pretty sure it's not that far from it. But Bezos is killing for a reason. And again, Zuckerberg, Bezos. Very interesting. Yahoo. Yahoo's been holding it down for quite some time. And I remember when Yahoo was the go-to place for chat. Yahoo fucked up. See, they could have been the real original OG social media. Because Yahoo Messenger used to be that action. They just didn't have the vision, and they didn't, they didn't capitalize when they should have. And now they're just kind of news. They used to be more of a search, and now they do a lot of news. They're almost like a tabloid now. I think they got purchased by Verizon or somebody like that. But they're almost like a tabloid now. Pornhub, XNXX, X videos. 6, 7, and 8. In the top 10, 30% of them are porn websites. Interesting. Now, I always thought X videos would be over XNXX, but hey, it is what it is. Pornhub's cool. We ain't gonna get into that right now. eBay. eBay used to be the place before Amazon really blew up. But now, number 9, still a top 10 website. Twitter. I'm surprised Twitter's actually up there. Toxic Twitter is number 10. And so I'm looking at these top 10. Information, talking shit on Facebook, buying stuff. So I'd say 20% of the top 10, shopping, spending money. 30% porn. So people like porn more than shopping. I would say search. You have another 20%. You have Facebook, Twitter. I would say those 20. That's social media. I guess you get news and things from those too, but mainly shit talking. And then Yahoo News. And if you're looking at how they have it branded, news. Scrolling down, reference. Information, Wikipedia. Interesting. Number 11. Instagram, Reddit, Craigslist, Bing. I'm surprised Bing is in the top. I wouldn't even think Bing would be in the top. I don't know. I guess because Microsoft tries to force motherfuckers to use Bing. Like, I think those stats are fraud. Like, they give motherfuckers credits to get free shit to use Bing. Fuck Bing. God damn it. Live.com. That's because it's a Microsoft deal and they force you to do it. Xhamster. I'm surprised Xhamster's on this list. I'm not even going to get into that. Long story short, Xhamster, I remember when Xhamster was on some OG shit. They've definitely blown up in recent years. Netflix, Amp Project. I have no idea what Amp Project is. Chase.com. So I'm assuming that a lot of people bank with Chase. I guess I'm assuming correctly. Walmart, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Office.com, Zillow.com. I guess a lot of people are looking. Matter of fact, I need to go to Zillow myself while I'm bullshitting. PayPal, ESPN, Chatterbait. So now we have 5 of the top 30 websites are porn. Let's be honest, Twitter, you can access porn, so I'm sure it's up there too. I don't know about Reddit. I'm sure there's some type of porn access on Reddit. Instagram, you can get almost porn, but it's not quite. But there's a lot of very adult sources in this top 30 so far. Fox News, MSN, then CNN. Interesting. That I think that tells you the current state of politics in America. Maybe is that a sign? Is that a symbol? The fact that Fox News is a couple of slots ahead of CNN. Now again, you could have people who are checking both for sources. Who knows? But I find that very interesting, and it's actually funny because Fox News has dropped a slot, and CNN is remained neutral. So Fox was probably at 28. Got beat out by that Chatterbait. Chatterbait jumped up 6 on them. How did ESPN jump up 9? Anyway, let's keep running down this list so we can take some calls. Indeed.com, IMDb, I guess people care about movies. DuckDuckGo, it's very interesting because that's a search engine that doesn't track all your stuff like Google and things do. I use DuckDuckGo from time to time for no apparent reason. AccuWeather, Imgur, Wells Fargo. Imgur is interesting too. We'll get into that maybe. Xfinity.com, unfortunately, is on this list. Fuck Xfinity. Yelp, Intuit, Fandom. I don't even know what Fandom is. Celebrities Entertainment News. That sounds about right. Bank of America, YouPorn, another one. That's interesting. Drudge Report, Daily Mail, Microsoft Online, Twitch. Wow, Twitch is the top 50 website. News.google. Google News, I guess they separate that from Google itself. AOL still kicking. That's my dog. And the New York Times in the top 50. So, first let me close this out before I open up some shit y'all don't even need to see, goddamn. Porn is a very interesting thing. And y'all probably like, oh, this is turning into a porno conversation. No, but porn is a very interesting thing. But the thing is, isn't it funny how pornography shapes technology? Porn and technology go hand in hand, right? And the thing about it is, you know, they were talking about HD DVD and Blu-ray, right? Well, the adult entertainment industry adopted Blu-ray. They didn't really fuck with the HD DVD. And people go where the porn goes, okay? I can't play this fucking on my goddamn Blu-ray. It's fucking HD DVD porn. I don't want this shit. So they're going to go and they're going to follow, you know, where the porn goes. The internet. Hey, there's porn there. People, I think that's why a lot of people first probably got on the internet. And then they say, oh, there's other resources. There's other shit that we can fucking do on the fucking porno. Okay, cool. That's that. I mean, on the porno. Yeah, there's other shit you can do on the porno too. But on the internet, yeah, I'm tired of the porn. I'm exhausted. What else is on this motherfucker? Oh, here's some funny pictures. Oh, my bank is on this bitch. I can do some banking. Cool. All this other shit. But it's funny how porn shapes so much. What is that? 6 sites in the fucking top, in the top 50? That's pretty interesting. So definitely, you have to, exactly. No apparent reason. You know, y'all gotta check about Google in the early days too. Oh, that's terrible. And they didn't. They just fucking it up. Yahoo Messenger was the shit. That AOL IM was the shit. Yeah, Bing is terrible. Ask Jeeves. Oh, that nigga went way back. Tasty Black. Man, look. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that means. But again, man, yeah, you know, the funny thing is they're talking about now, motherfuckers under 30 ain't even fucking. Like, they talking about how many motherfuckers under the age of 30, men, that haven't had sex within the last, like, there was a point where I took a willing hiatus because of some things that happened in my life. And so I took a hiatus. I took a step back, you know, just to get my mind back correct and, you know, get some shit figured out. But being willing in the sense, but not even pursue, I couldn't even comprehend that. Like, y'all motherfuckers ain't fucking because you don't want to fuck? Like, what the fuck? What kind of weird? What is going on? There's like more access to women than ever. It's easier to get than ever, but less men under the age of 30 are having sex or even trying to. Like, see, Miss Thing, I know we was cool for a reason. I like that real shit. Like I said, if I'm finna look at some shit, I need to see some real shit. I need to see a motherfucker who does it because they like, not all. I hate all that fake hollering. Look, don't miss me with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me some real shit. I want to see some shit. I'm like, God damn, this bitch is a whore. Huh. Do it again. Replay. So my thing is, no, I don't think that. I don't know. don't really watch wrestling like that. I can't tell you. I ain't watched wrestling since the Attitude Era, so that's cool. I don't even know who's in there, so it's anyway. But the thing is, and that's what I'm saying. It's the soy. It's the soy making motherfuckers soft. Americans ain't fucking. The opportunity is there because, like, I don't comprehend it. And again, this is going way off the rails. We're supposed to be talking about the internet, but this is the den, and we're gonna talk about whatever. Women are more willing than ever because it's more acceptable than ever for women. You got slut walks and hoe hops and all this other shit, and women are more willing than ever to give it to you, to throw it out there, as long as you don't meet to them or some weird shit. The men don't want it. Like, what? Look, man. All I'm telling you, Jack. If I was in an alternate situation, I'm not saying these things to say that I'm not happy in my situation. But if anything ever goes AWOL, and I was a single man, it wouldn't even be fun. I guess it might get to the point where it wouldn't even be fun anymore because it'd be too easy. It's like it's too easy, I guess, at this point, man. It's like it would be too easy. I think it's just like it's what he called last night. He was talking about the POF. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But the niggas don't want to do it. So I guess it is what it is. More for those who are available and willing. It is what it is. That's the thing. Soy boys. That's that slang, man. You know what I mean? It's like. It's weird though. It's weird. Like I don't comprehend it. Like that's when you're supposed to be in your prime. So if you're single, or even if you with somebody, you just not. I don't get it, man. Again, I don't know. Again, it is what it is. But let's open up the line, man. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what y'all use the internet for primarily. And everybody watches porn. We figure that out. Even the ladies watch porn. Don't let them lie to you. Women watch porn too. They be in there trying to learn new tricks and shit, or be fantasizing and shit. You ever watch those stats? You ever watch those stats like that Pornhub actually puts out? And it's a very telling thing because they have the stats from each state and things like that. And in America, BBC is the number one. Like, that's the thing. The women are looking for the BBC. And I ain't talking about the nigga the Texans just signed. And then, like, BBC, interracial, and some of that other shit is like, it's like up there at the top of this shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's like sexy, hopeless, romantic. Interesting. And so, again, like I say, there's a lot of stigmas. And that's why I think why people are so angry. Because people can't be honest with themselves, and they're suppressing so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are suppressing so much because they feel like they have to impress other motherfuckers and make sure they keep up this image of this, that, or whatever it is that they do. But the porn sites got all the info. They know what motherfuckers look at. It's funny because the motherfuckers in the conservative states, where it's supposed to be a no-go, are the gayest. It's a whole bunch of shit, man. You said it ain't what it look like. It's rough out here. But here's the thing, though. Here is the thing. I think I will agree with you. It's probably rough out there. The quality, when the quantity increases, the quality decreases. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you ain't lying about it ain't what it looked like. The opportunities are not what they once were. Let's open up this line, though. Give me just a second, babe. Oh, I'm cool. I'm not looking for. I'm not seeking. I'm not concerned with no outside entities. I don't want nothing to do with none of that shit. But like I say, if I was to ever just have to go back into player mode, there's no there's no way I could do another commitment. It would be a wrap for me. Everybody, like, after that, it's Honcho for sure. I'm going full hoeing. Let me see. Deadline. Bow. All right. So you say I use the internet, 1, to YouTube, 2, to dunk on people with facts and logic on Twitter. That Twitter is tough, man. That Twitter is tough, man. Sometimes it can be real toxic. Sometimes it can be really entertaining. I don't just have I won't say I don't have the energy to argue back and forth. Just some stuff I just realized like it's no point even doing it. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Oh, the fucking mic keeps switching. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
That is Beyond the Funny Nigga.
Beyond the Funny Nigga. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What do you use the internet for?
I mean, I really use it for educational purposes.
New positions and shit.
Porn.
Yeah. Okay. Learn some of that new shit. Donkey punching and shit.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know about all that shit. But I use it for social networking because I feel like it's more easier to talk to people online. It's not that hard, but just getting to know other people from different cultures and everything. Because like everybody's on social media and everything, so the way you can talk to people, they come from different backgrounds and everything. It's kind of cool to get to know people and everything. And I believe like some of the people live farther away support you more than the people that live in your city.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of do that, and I use it for like influence and everything because I try to put a positive image out. Like I do the comedy shit, and like I do that shit to brighten people's day up. So I try to do that with a purpose because that might be saving somebody's life just to get like a laugh or something.
Yeah. I got a question for you though. You said something real interesting, and I agree with just from my own personal experiences. Why do you think that people further away support you more than people who are either know you personally or closer, maybe in your own city or whatever else it may be? Why do you think that is?
I feel like maybe the closer you are to people and like your hometown or something like that, it's like it brings up that jealousy thing, But if you talk to somebody like not from here, like they could tend to be the person that can admire you, they think everything that you do is cool,
Yeah.
So y'all click and everything. It just goes to the hating ass niggas, like unsupportive ass niggas, like, because I know a lot of people, like, I talk to them, whatever. First they talking like, oh man, you cool as shit. Like, then people who know me out here and shit, they like, nah, that nigga just hating and shit. Like, this toxic shit.
You think it's because they're not taking advantage of the same opportunities that you have? Or, because if you're in the same place, you would think that there are similar opportunities. I think I could agree with that. People just mad because you leveraging what you got and they see it happening as opposed to them doing it. I don't know, man. I agree though. It's some more toxic bullshit out there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I use the internet for.
So, what would you say is the most interesting connection that you've made on the internet?
I've saved like various people's lives and shit. Like I kind of DM people and people DM me and everything. We have like that long distance kind of friendship and shit.
Yeah.
And they tell me about their problems and everything. And it was this one time, some girl, she was going through it and shit. And like she just needed somebody to talk to because she was like about to quote. I don't know if it was for sympathy points, but I felt like it was a serious situation. It was like she was about to take her life, so I gave her my number and everything, and I just had a good long conversation, with her, like her life matter and everything and shit. And I was really getting her to reevaluate, making the wrong decision. And that, she was saying that I, opened her mind up and it's like the people that she lived with and people closest to her don't give a fuck about her, and I'm like one of those people that actually, support her and believe her, and just shit like that.
Okay. So after all that, you flew out to the city?
Huh?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
You said I flew out to the city.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, fly out on the IG model shit. No, I'm just fucking with you. But I mean, I agree though. That is a thing. I know just from a couple of situations, even from the sports stuff. I mean, there's a couple of folks I've had some conversation with, so I can see where that definitely is a plus. That's what's up. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I can't think of nothing else right now, but I'll call back.
Okay. Well, that's a bet, man. I appreciate it. And y'all give Beyond the Funny Nigga a follow on the gram. That nigga is funny. He be sexually harassing hoes, but that shit funny, though.
All right.
That's a bet, man. Appreciate it. All right. Man. Now, I see Ray. I'll be plotting on your couch, buddy. Falling Zaxby's. What's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Dave. Haven't seen you in a while. But that's interesting, man, that he was saying, because it is funny. Sometimes it's good to establish those connections, man. And maybe sometimes you just feel, I don't know what it is about human nature, that you can't talk to the people who are right there by you. Sometimes you feel like you got to talk to somebody from a distance. Maybe it's these parts of ourselves that we hide or we try not to show to people closest, maybe because we feel like it's weakness, or we feel like, you know, it's some type of inferiority or something that comes along with that. And so maybe that distance increases the ability. Maybe just talking through these phones or whatever increases the ability. But then, you know, it can be the it can be the people that you choose to associate with, man. It can be the associations you have, the people you surround yourself with. And if you continually pick bad decisions, you know, then that can definitely reflect on you. If you grow up in an environment that is not conducive to your growth, it can be bad. So sometimes, you know, meeting people via the internet or having conversations with people via the internet can be a good thing. I can agree with that. Fear of judgment. I agree. Definitely, I could definitely see that. Or you can come across the receivers who just gonna hit you with the delete and block. They ain't gonna take none of your bullshit. They don't care about your judgment. They don't care about none of your shit. They gonna just shut that shit down. Bow, bow. I think too though, you got a lot of motherfuckers who use the internet for dating and sexual purposes. You know what I'm talking about? And I know some of that's probably the only reason they go, or, you know, to brag on some type of social media, bragging about shit that you probably shouldn't brag about. Most people are full of shit. I agree. I know I'm full of shit. Don't fuck with me. Look, I don't even look. I'm considered. I don't know you. Who are you? I have 1,000 followers on YouTube. Who do you think you are? Nah, I ain't even nothing like that. But yeah, man, absolutely. And that's why I say that's my thing. And that's kind of like where my thing to work on is not to try to come across any kind of way. And that's what I want the den to be, is a real fucking conversation, because I ain't trying to impress nobody. Like, shit, ain't nothing to impress. You know what I'm saying? We trying to all get through this fucking world the same way, one way or another. Most of us do it by looking at Pornhub, apparently. You know, that's pretty interesting. So, what do you got I gave you, Papa? Oh, Rashida, man, I've seen that video, because you remember that day that he kept telling me to look at this video? I'm snitching like a motherfucker. I'm snitching like 6ix9ine. I saw the video he was talking about, and I personally feel that sounds nothing like you, and I gave you power as a racist. So I'm thinking about taking this wrench and giving it to you just so you can block him. But my thing is this, man. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this. Where do you honestly think the world would be right now without the internet? It almost seems like, I know to some of these young people now, they couldn't even imagine it. Motherfuckers don't even know how to use rotary phones and shit. You know what I'm saying? So If they didn't have the internet, they'd probably lose their shit. They probably, one would say they lose their shit. They just, I mean, we'd be adjusted and we'd be adapted. But, you know, do you think so? I think overall people would be happier. I think people would be much happier without, I think we'd be more ignorant as a whole. And people who pursue education, they're going to pursue it one way or another. But I think we'd be more ignorant as a whole, but I think that we'd be happier. But, you know, they say ignorance is bliss. And the reason why I say this is because there's a downside to the internet. And what that is the comparisons. People be minding their own business. Exactly. The comparison. I don't think we'd be as on some of this crazy liberal shit that we got getting pushed forth and some of the, you know, far left, far right, whatever these things are. I think people would be more focused on themselves. But the thing about it is, the reason why I say this is because you go like to the Instagram, you go to Facebook, you go to any of these places. The only thing that people are putting out is the best version of themselves. They're only putting out the best them that they can show. The filtering of their lives. Oh yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, but it'd be a lot more quiet, motherfuckers. A lot of other people who would be, I don't know, they might not be happy because you have a lot of people who pent up who wouldn't be able to say the shit they want to say because they just be keeping it to themselves, losing their shit, you know. So my thing is, like I say, with the Instagrams especially, because it's all pictures. You got a bunch of boppers on boats acting like they really living it up. They fucking some goddamn, what is it, Saudi prince or something that ain't in none of the pictures. They fucking some old Jewish dude or some old Russian billionaire on the boat. They don't take no pictures. They don't post that motherfucker in the pictures. But, you know, they make it seem like they really just living it up. But they just some, I wouldn't even say they high-class prostitutes. Because real high-class prostitutes, well, they ain't tripping on none of that bullshit. They getting paid, they getting laid, and they getting gone. These hoes just happy to get a vacation out of it. They ain't even getting shit else. Well, I got to ride on a boat, and I got a vacation, and I took some pictures. Look at me. Ain't getting shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? So... Virginia Pearl, no, it wouldn't. That's what's a Virginia? How about that? Not fucking around. But my thing is, like I say, you know, I think the world would be better off as a whole. There would be a lot of atrocities going on that we wouldn't know about. We wouldn't be concerned about. Anyway, a lot of these issues that we find fault with today, we wouldn't give a damn about. We wouldn't know about Dwayne Wade's son going to the gay pride parade. Dwayne Wade's son wouldn't know about the gay pride parade. So, shit. Hopefully his ass wouldn't be there. Goddamn it. Who knows? But again, like I say, Dwayne Wade trying to be the next motherfucking me. He trying to be the next Magic Johnson. He gotta look. Call that little nigga Dwayne Wade Jr. shit. Him and what's his name? Magic Johnson's son gonna be out there fashion shit. Like, here's my thing, right? Here's my deal, okay? Because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That's what I was gonna say. Like, how? Why is it this? Okay, this is not to knock the gays. Again, like I said, I just don't understand, and so then it's about understanding. This is what it is, all right? But why is it a thing? I don't understand why. And I guess I try to look at it, you know, from both angles. So maybe, you know, I'm looking at it, well, you know, I'm sitting here talking about fucking hoes. Maybe gay people have their own kind of way of doing that. But my thing is, I don't understand why it always seems like the representation of a gay man, especially these celebrity, it's always this overly flamboyant, flying, flailing, flossing, fluctuating, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers out there just doing some over the top shit. Like, why does it seem like the gay gene adds all these extra elements to what's considered regular male behavior? You know, the extra S's, the extra twists, the movements as a whole. Like, and then the fashion show thing. Like, I honestly think that, and again, we're all entitled to our opinions. If you do disagree, feel free to call in, say what you want to say. We'll talk about it because it's all about conversation. But I honestly think that a lot of stuff happens. I think there's factors from young that create these things. And you gotta look at this little kid. I think the older son plays basketball. I don't really know about what conditions the mom raised him in at first before they got him. His dad's famous. You know, who's paying attention to him? Nobody. So what's a good way to start getting some attention? You know, start doing something a little bit different. And now people love attention. You know, he does something awkward, he gets attention for it. So he gets that reward. What is that? Serotonin or melatonin, whatever the tonins is. Gets this reward. That feeling is triggered. So the more this he does, the more that feeling is triggered, and so it starts to feel right because this is what makes you feel good, right? Well, you know, you acting feminine, you're doing all this other stuff. You know, it triggers those sensors or whatever. You get that sensory response, and I think once you get that, it starts guiding you. You start thinking, well, that's what you must be or what it is. Now, I don't think this is the case for everybody, but I think that there's a lot of this because I see some of these celebrity ones, like I say, it's just some of this shit is just over the top. And when you're in that celebrity life, you know you need attention and you need all this other stuff. The same way that these celebrity girls and women, they do the same shit for attention. And a lot of these dudes do it too. I mean, it's just, it's peculiar. The behavior is odd, and it's like, I don't understand how this works. And again, you know, feel free to explain it to me, but it's just like, it's like I say, it's confusing, man. But yeah, like I say, the kid on the 11, they promoting this motherfucker some shit. I just think that, like I said, a lot of this behavior, a lot of these areas, it's just, again, if you're gay, he's gay. It is what it is. There's no changing that. I don't know how you know that at 11, but maybe you do. Like I said, I knew I liked little girls. I would look out for shit. Trying to get, hey, you know, you wanna touch this? I got a howdy. You know, when I was young age, so shit, you know. But all jokes aside, so I guess there's, I don't know. I just don't know how you would explain it. Just, I don't know. It just seems all very peculiar to me. I guess you would have to live it to know it, to understand it. But I just think that a lot of these environments are very overhyped, oversexualized. We talked about the little young crossdresser. We talked about the Imagine selling these parades, these things, where there's a lot of adult behavior and a lot of adult engagements going on. I just don't think that's a place for a child. That's my biggest issue with it. But we promote that shit. We boost that shit up. Hold on one second. Let me see. Let's see what the... matter of fact... able to sit nearer than 5 feet away from one bro in a hot tub. Yeah, that sounds like the proper definition. This is talking to that boy to get back. But I forgot all about it. Blame it on the hippies. What did the hippies do? Why are we blaming it on the hippies? All they did was smoke a little reefer there. They probably did, but they were doing all kind of drugs. Blame it on fucking... Oh, goddamn. But like I say, Hollyweird is a crazy thing because, like I say, you know, you can talk about Richard Pryor, who was Richard Pryor, and Marlon Brando, and all them motherfuckers was all into that weird shit, you know. And, you know, let me tell you something odd. And I didn't know that Richard Pryor was gay or whatever until somebody had gave me, it was a birthday present. I like stand-up comedy. This was a while back. It was a DVD of stand-up of Richard Pryor. And all right, that's a bad man up. Look. If you have any knowledge about some of these subjects I'm finna get into, definitely appreciate it. Let me see who got called. Who got called in? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's up, dude? It's Bretto.
Bretto, what's the motherfucking deal? Bretto, what do you use the internet for?
Man, you don't want to know. Probably picking up old Mexican ladies, man. You know it, bro.
Hey, well, old Mexican ladies need love too, man.
Well, I mean, it's not Sunday night confession, so I can't confess that kind of shit, bro. No, I don't know, man. It's crazy, but I was calling about. I'll probably think of something later on today to comment about that internet thing, but can't think of too much about what to talk about the internet. But you posted a video earlier today about and you were just talking about it. That's why I called.
Okay.
About the what's his name, the NBA dude.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy, bro. Because here's the thing, man. I live in California. I live an hour drive from San Francisco, and one time, me and my family, we went to, because we go to San Francisco every once in a while, you know, it's about an hour drive. So we go up there just, you know, for fun. And one time we got off the subway somewhere, I can't remember where it was, and they had a pride parade going on. And this was back in the late '90s when I was about 12 years old. Yeah. And dude, some of those images haunted me forever. Like some of the shit that I saw there. Like, it's really bad. Like, a kid shouldn't be, at least the one that I went to, and I have nothing against gay people, by the way. Like, nothing at all, dude. But I'm just saying, like, as a kid, to go to this kind of environment, like, that's what I'm agreeing with you on. Like, dude, I saw some really bad shit, dude. And I don't care if you're gay or whatever. Like, either way, if you're a gay kid, it's still not, it would be like taking a straight kid to a strip club is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's no fucking different. Yeah. Because what I saw, bro, and this is creepy, like, these images haunted me. Like, check this out. I remember there being, like, I want to say, like, a 50-year-old man, maybe 60, and he had these nipple piercings, right? And he was walking around with his shirt off, and he had two guys sucking both of his nipples. That shit was so fucking gross. Imagine being 12 years old and seeing that shit, bro. Like, and my parents were trying to get out of there too. They're like, fuck, we shouldn't have got off on this stop. You know what I mean? They're like, shit, we got to get the fuck out of here. It was getting creepy, bro. And I remember there was dudes that were walking around, like, with their hands in each other's pants, like two different guys. Like, one guy had his hands in the other's pants. Like, they were holding hands, except they were holding wieners, I guess you could say. And it was just like, as a 12-year-old kid to see this shit, bro, it's not good. Like, it made me hell uncomfortable. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like I said, even if you're gay, I can understand that if you're a 12-year-old gay kid. That's fine, you know. I have nothing against that. You know, you can do what you want to do. But that's like taking a straight kid, you know. See, and there was some naked dudes running around, too. There was a gay dude with wearing nothing but a sock on his wiener, just, like, walking around. You know what I mean? Like, that's no different than taking, like, if I were 12 years old to take me to a fucking titty bar. You know what I mean? No fucking different. That's just inappropriate. And I don't know if you know this. There's certain areas of San Francisco where they don't enforce nudity laws. No. So, like, they could do that completely whenever the fuck they want. Because that happened to me recently. I went down there and the same shit. Like, I saw naked people walking around and shit. Because there's certain areas in San Francisco where they don't enforce nudity laws. So the cops are just standing there and shit, letting this shit go on, dude. It was hella fucking weird, man. Hella fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm cool on that, man. That's what I'm saying, because like I said, I've heard people say some crazy shit happens. That's definitely disgusting. And that's my deal. Like, again, you know, a kid doesn't need to be in that environment, doesn't need to be promoting that type of environment. I know somebody mentioned about him being at some of these shows and stuff like that. I'm sure there's a lot of that type of stuff that goes on. It makes me think about the little 10-year-old kid that they're promoting, that little cross-dressing kid. They have him with some fucking child predator, some type shit that he's with, and going to bars, like adult bars, and doing drag queen shit on the fucking bar and shit. Like,
oh yeah, I heard about that. Did the mom get arrested or something like that?
Did he?
Was she going to?
I don't know. I need to check into that. Like, I wasn't. I didn't know about that.
Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
That's crazy, man. That's
and you know what? This is gonna sound even crazier, but believe me, I don't give a fuck. I think it's true, man. You know why they're doing this, right? They're trying to push for fucking. Dude, that shit's fucking has. The government's involved in this shit. I'm talking about, the little kids saying, oh, yeah, you know, my son's, I'm the basketball player, Wade, whatever the fuck is. I'm sorry, I don't watch too much fucking basketball, but I know what you're talking about. The dude, letting his kid do this. He's all proud of him, like, yeah, he should be going to these events, you know? That's some government shit right there. Something ain't right about that. The reason I say that is because that's population control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There ain't nothing against fucking homosexuality. Do what you gotta do. But when the government starts pushing it, you know there's something they're trying to push, bro. You know, they're going to all these fucking wars, doing all this fucking bullshit, fucking GMOs and all our food, can't get away from it. They're trying to fucking kill us, bro. Trying to get us addicted to drugs, trying to bring us down. You know what I mean? Anyways, I got off topic, but I mean, ultimately, that's what this is about.
Yeah.
They're pushing to legalize pedophilia.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah, I've seen some of that shit. I've seen that, and that's the crazy thing about it. Because I saw somewhere that they're talking about they're trying to add the P for pedophilia to the rest of the alphabet game.
Yeah. I heard that they were going to those pride rallies and they were trying to push for it. But there's some legit people that are just gay and they were complaining about that. They're like, no, dude, you're not one of us. Get out of here. We don't want to accept pedophilia into our LGBT community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want that. Some of them don't want that shit either, but there are some that do. Yeah. And those are the ones that are bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people are like, yeah, we need to bring them into our community. And I'm not going to fucking go down for that shit. I'm not going to buy into that fucking child molesting shit.
Right? No, that shit ain't kosher. But it's funny because I was thinking about...
You can't convince me of that.
I was thinking, what's that dude's name that was the surgeon? Milo Yiannopoulos, and he had a little situation. But he talked about how prevalent that was within the gay community, about older gay dudes rocking with little young dudes and grooming and mentoring them and all that type of shit. And it's a thing. And so it's almost like that is a part of it. I mean, again, and I don't want to be accusing all gays of pedophilia. All right, because then they're like,
I know what you mean. I'm not either.
But it's just saying, he was saying that it's a thing that happens quite often, right? And a bunch of people, that's what kind of killed his little speaking career or whatever, because they shoot him away or whatever after that. But he talked about how a lot of that shit happens. And so that's probably why they're so cool with trying to add that to the shit, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, it's big business. Yeah. I don't know if, what really goes on in there's, I mean, I don't really want to get into too much details about this. There was a huge pedophile ring about 20 years ago that went all the way up to the president, man. And it was huge. It was fucking huge. And, I mean, basically, and this is creepy as fuck, but they were kidnapping kids. And then they would sexually abuse them, torture them, whatever. And then when they grew up and they were tired of abusing them, those kids would be so abused, they would kidnap other kids and fucking bring them into this cult, and they would be, sold to rich people for prostitution and shit like that until they're used up and they become adults. And then they do the same shit. They get all crazy and they fucking kidnap kids, bring them into this fucking cult, and they get sold off like prostitution. It's like a sex slavery ring for the elite. Yeah. And it's fucking creepy as fuck. Yeah. But there's something weird going on, bro. Oh, something fucking weird. You got to admit it, Honcho.
Yeah, it's some weird shit.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it's been going on for a long time, but it's just the things that when you really start uncovering stuff and finding out how sick people can be, it's concerning, because again, this is the stuff that you know about or have an idea about. You don't really just know, because even when you get the details of something, you're only getting bits and pieces. This shit is way deeper than what it really is. But what about the motherfuckers that's doing this shit and that aren't caught yet? Because we hear crazy stories every day. So that means like right now, there are people who are getting away with some sick ass shit we won't find out about maybe till years from now, or if ever. Exactly. So like I say, it just makes you wonder, man. Like I say, the world is a crazy fucking place, man. It's a very disgusting place, and it's you just gotta not participate in the shits, man. But the thing is, what's crazy is that more and more people are trying to make any and everything acceptable, and that's what you gotta fight against. That shit ain't cool.
Yeah. It's something really fucking it's just bizarre how something has to be like all the way up to the government. Like they're pushing this hardcore. You know what I mean? Shit like that is like subliminal messages for, let's legalize, like, shit like that. They're pushing this pedophile agenda, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Well, that's been Mr. Bretto, man. As always, man, I appreciate your call, man. We're gonna talk about this a little bit.
All right, man, for sure. Take it easy.
All right, you too, man. Man. Okay, we've taken a far left turn from what we use the internet for, but hey, this is the den, man. The den, we don't ever fucking stay on topic. We try. We've had some good. We had like a couple of good streaks. We're doing pretty good for a little bit, and then well, the den did what the den does. That's sick, man. That really is. And again, like I say, it's unfortunate. You got to guard your kids. You wonder about this shit because, you know what always kind of makes me a little bit upset. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, maybe you almost become numb to it. It's all the missing kids. Like, you wonder, like, where do all these missing people just go, right? How are these motherfuckers just missing? And it's more than you'd like to really think. And they got to be somewhere. And again, I usually go to the darkest place and assume that they're dead. I hate it. It's fucked up because right now, recently, somebody just popped up saying that there was some missing kid from, I don't know, like 15 years ago or shit, but turns out it wasn't them. But I hate to hear, because usually when I hear missing, I think dead. Now, it's good when you hear a couple of stories. I want to say somebody popped up recently that was, around the way or something like that, or a couple of states. I think it was somebody in California was in Florida, found him somewhere, like I say, little dude, little kid. But usually when I hear missing, I think dead. And it's fucked up. It's a terrible way to look at it, but 9 times out of 10, that's what the fuck happens, man. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Screen English, I ain't worried about it. They take me away. Well, if they do take me away, it was nice while it lasted. This is my drug use. Because, like, think about it. Speaking of drug use, like, why don't you hear again, like I say, this shit is so acceptable, because why don't you hear anybody saying anything about Ed Buck? This nigga had 2 or 3 motherfuckers die in his house doing dope. You got, like, illegal drugs are just welcome in your house. Like, motherfuckers doing amphetamines and shit, meth and shit in your fucking house. You cool with that? You got all these male prostitutes dying in your house. You know what I mean? It's crazy shit, man. You said the topic is there, so nothing off topic this time. Yeah, this is all stuff that I'm pretty sure most of us have discovered on the internet. V Darko, hello, how you doing? But yeah, man, like I said, it's unfortunate that these things take place, but you guys understand, man, they're sick motherfuckers. And the thing is, look, you and I know some of these sick motherfuckers. We may not know that they're sick motherfuckers, but they are. And you know some, I know some. This motherfucker's like, look, I don't put shit past that old bitch ass nigga. If the opportunity arose, I don't put nothing past him. I had to check him a couple of times, man. What? Boosie locked up again? No. Man, that nigga probably fearing for his life, man. That nigga fucking probably, after this whole Nip situation, I wouldn't be surprised if any rappers ain't out there, fearful of what they got going on, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, this is Lee, man. How you doing?
Man, pretty good, Lee. Man, what you got on your mind, Lee? What do you use the internet for, Lee?
Shoot, I use the internet to be trying to look up bootleg movies and shit.
Just keep it at 1,000, man.
I'll just see that shit before it come out in whack ass vision. With it cropped all wrong and people's heads and shit bobbing and weaving and shit. Fucking picture.
With the Russian text or the fucking Asian text all hard coded into the shit, words all at the bottom. You can't even get this shit. That should be crazy.
Yeah, unless you can get the DVD screening from the Russians, but shit, that still had a hard code. subtitles, there's some goofy ass language from somewhere else. Misspelling that they shit. But no, for real though, you know the internet is cool because you can talk to your friends like if they go somewhere crazy, get lured out and shit. Like I know a bunch of broads, and every one of them ended up moving somewhere fucked up, and they be like, yeah, I'm out in Arizona. Yeah, I'm out in North Dakota. And I'll be looking on YouTube and shit, because that's another good thing with the internet. You can look on YouTube, and you can look up news shit. And speaking about what the last caller was saying, what's his name, Brado or whatever? But everywhere them chicks was talking about they went to, I look on the news shit, and they be talking about people grabbing up people and shit, human trafficking and shit. The people disappearing, like what y'all talking about and shit, too. Because, like, with the internet, where do you think they go to? How you think they facilitate it? Snapchat? You know? Facebook? You know how people get a hold of each other and shit? So, you know, I know you got a couple of regulars in the audience that kind of seem like they tense up or get creeped out anytime anybody talk about this shit. So it kind of amused me. That caller that you got, they keep knocking it out the park. Because I be wanting to see them squirm in the chat. You know, you got a John Wayne Gacy and shit up there. He's calling the motherfucker a boomer. He does like a boomer. He might be a snowflake. You know, but anyways. So anyways, you know the that Buck guy you talked about.
Yeah.
Now I want you to think about something. How many people you think got the last name Buck?
I don't know. It sounds like Ed Buck. That sounds like some old porn star. It sounds like a gay porn actor. That's what they do sound like. All the cool. That's what that name sounds like. He's almost there. He ain't quite got it all the way, but that shit sounds suspect. Well, but that's not a popular name, I would think.
Yeah, that sounds like a real obscure name. There's a rapper named Young Buck. And he having all type of issues now. Must be like some type of curse on that man.
Yeah, Young Buck got some similar shit going on to Ed Buck. Not all the way in the right lane, but he close. He almost got Josh. I think maybe he did get. He now well we can't call it getting Josh. The Josh ain't fall for the okie doke, but you know, yeah, Young Buck in that same lane. Again, Buck might be a thing, man.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy about Ed Buck? M.O. His fucking M.O. He said that motherfucker was drugging people's drinks and then getting them hooked on meth. You want to know something cold-blooded? One time I had a jail guard, mama called me up crying. Said that her daughter disappeared and shit. And I was like, I think I could find your baby. And I found her the next motherfucking day. I found a motherfucker had a gun out on their hip. Like they thought they were some cowboys or some shit. And I'm like, looking at this little broad, I'm like, you're only like 120 pounds. What the fuck you need a gun for? That's overkill. And the dude was like, oh, the gun ain't for you. And I'm like, I know it ain't for me, because I'm going to pick your big ass up and throw you out the window. That was my game plan. Just throw him out the window. But somebody called the police, and the police came up and shit, but they didn't arrest nobody. It was weird as fucking shit, but the fucking cops was like, well, take the chick to your house, and, you know, take her some places and put some room and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So she's sitting in my living room, and this chick started unloading about what happened to her, and she's like, they got me hooked on meth. I was like, word? I'm like, how the fuck they get you hooked on meth and shit? You had to hit the pipe, you know? Like, you know, just like some basic shit. Like, that you had, like, how do you not participate in that?
Yeah.
Like, please explain this bullshit to me. And she's like, no. She's like, I fucking drank something, and I woke up, and the Kimberly bitch was telling me that I had to wean myself off of it. They fucking shot me up with some liquid fucking meth and shit. And I'm like, what the hell is liquid meth? How the hell they got a liquid version of that? What do you mean, toxic shit to run off the toxic shit you need a hazmat suit for afterwards? They shooting bitches up with that? Like, what is liquid meth actually? You know?
Yeah.
She said before I told her to wean herself off of it and told her you got to do a little bit, then do some more, then do some more, then do some little bit. You know what I mean? Like she kept faking her so that the bitch was hooked.
Yeah.
Right? But now think about this. Now I got this crazy bitch in my living room before her mama could come and pick her up. And she's unloading about what happened to her. And she said that they was like selling her, and they took her cell phone and threw it on the side of the road and shit, right? Had some strangers find the phone and call the number that said it was her mom and said, we found your daughter's phone. So she wasn't lying about they took her phone, because her mama even vouched for the fact that the phone was gone and shit, right?
Yeah.
But the cold-blooded thing was, wasn't everybody saying that Airbug dude was shooting people up with the dope?
Something like
people
that.
had to back to him. If they wasn't hooked on the shit and they don't know where to get it and they don't know how much it costs, wouldn't they have to come back and get it from him?
No, that's tough, man. I don't know. That's what I say. Like they saying motherfuckers is, cause I don't know if it's been 2 or 3 of them that's clocked out over there.
And how he get away with that? How the hell he get away and had a sheriff cover up for him murking motherfuckers with their damn dope?
Man, when your money,
like if you drug somebody and shit, you don't know how much you dosing them with. They could fuck around, have a heart attack, pass out, die and shit. So how is he getting away with this shit?
like I say, when your money right shit, you can do anything you choose with the money long. You know, shit. That's the crazy shit. Because it was crazy though. Like I said, because he's a fucking like a Democratic donor or something like that. So he's like a big time Democratic donor.
He donates to the Democratic Party and shit. He got something to do with the motherfucking Lord Fields being there that was bringing them kids out from Haiti and shit. How much you want bet? Remember they grabbed up 30 black girls and was trying to smuggle them and shit when that shit happened in 2010. You know that broad working for fucking, she working for the damn Amber Alert. Like if your kid came up missing, this broad got something to do with screening motherfuckers and tell the cops and shit. Ain't that a sweet spot if you was a fucking human trafficker to be working there?
Yeah, that's wild. That's the crazy shit. And it's the crazy shit because they talk about people who commit these crimes and do these things, especially when they're sick like that. They position themselves in a manner to where they can get a hold of stuff like that. Because there was a little dude, and they were talking about I think he won a Nobel Peace Prize and everything for all his work that he was doing with kids and all this stuff all over the world. Turned out this motherfucker is molesting all the kids and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the crazy part about it. It's just the shit that people willingly do, the shit that people willingly engage in. It's crazy, man.
You want to know something wild? I don't know if I mentioned this shit to you and shit, but I think on one episode we was like chopping up games, and I think I had mentioned that somebody had left a car in front of my house with a love nut beating off of that fucking bitch. And I ended up looking to see who the heck owned that car, and it connected to some fucking actors and shit. And the crazy thing was, the old cat had something to do with them people from out there, and a sheriff, and somebody from Huffington Post. And the craziest thing was, he knew a damn person with the last name Buck. Just like, so when you were saying that Ed Buck, motherfucker, I'm like, damn, that sounds real familiar, because that actor sure enough knew a Tara Buck. How many motherfuckers got the last name Buck that know a bunch of human traffickers, even if it's in the Midwest or on the fucking West Coast or down around motherfucking down south and shit? How many people gonna have that name Buck?
Interesting.
You know, that's like if your name was Glycoff and shit. Like, it ain't a bunch of people named Glycoff. So if you bump into a motherfucker named Glycoff, you know they fucking relatives and shit, unless you fucking Nikolai Volkov, but that's Volkov. I don't even know nobody else with a name like that. So if I was looking for somebody that did something shiesty and shit, and they had the same fucking name, come and tell me and shit, they probably kinfolk.
Yeah, that's odd. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But here's the deal, Lee. Like I said, that's something I'm gonna have to look into. We're gonna have to talk about that though, because that's a story that definitely needs a little bit more deep diving into it. But man, I appreciate your call, man. We gonna chop it up in a minute here. If don't nobody else call back in, I want you to call back in. We're gonna continue this story.
Yeah. And sorry to the sensitive viewers and listeners and stuff if y'all got scary or if y'all got some dog in the race with the bad guys and shit. Please get off the bullshit if you over bullshit.
Yes, get off the bullshit if y'all on that time foolery. Well, that's a bad lead, man. I appreciate your call, man. All right. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's your boy Roman.
Roman. What's the motherfucking deal? Roman, what do you use the internet for, Roman?
Oh, man, I just use the internet for simple things, bro. To be honest with you, man. YouTube, when I need to look up something, Google, Instagram, bro. That's really it, man. I think I never try to get too deep into the internet, man. 'Cause the internet is a dangerous place. It does a lot of good. I feel like it teaches people things, good and bad, because it can teach you something about a person you don't know, right? Mm-hmm. And can give you all that knowledge about that person where you can start researching. But the internet is a quick way to. I always like to say this, but I know I'm not wrong. It's a quick way to push agendas, man. It's a quick way to grab at people about how they want to feel, man. And when you have platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all of them, you can push your agenda by using those platforms. It's easy for it, and that's the problem I have with the internet, man. It's a lot of dirty things on the internet. I'm not about to say the dirty things on the internet, but Honcho.
What you're talking about? I've never seen dirty things.
Oh, Honcho, don't give me that bullshit.
The internet is a good, clean, wholesome place for all of mankind.
Oh, man, come on, bro. Let me tell you something. No. Okay, like I said, it has a lot of good because, this is kind of half, Honcho. Mm-hmm. The internet can bring people together. It can, because the internet has started a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages. A lot of friendships have came from people meeting each other on it and then eventually meeting each other in real life. But it's crazy at the same time, it separates people. People would rather be on their phone than go outside and meet people. Some people have great skills texting. They have amazing hand skills texting, but when you talk to a person, they can't talk. They mumble. They spit out their words. They just can't talk to another person. They start stuttering, and that's the problem with the internet. We can't just glue ourselves and our children into these phones. We need them because the world's growing. We can't just be old and say, I don't use a phone. No. We need technology because, like I said, the world is growing and technology is getting bigger and bigger. But don't do too much with it. That's the big reason why I'm against AI. Because I feel like eventually the motherfuckers is going to become too smart to where we ain't going to be able to stop them. I'm just saying. You don't know how smart they're going to make that AI is. Now, when it comes to something like Watson from IBM, where it can help you detect different things, I think that's great. I think, machinery that can help you fix cars and all that, I think that works. But when I say a physical human walking that looks but is a robot or a sex robot, that's when you got to cut the line, man. Because at the end of the day, we'd have to...
Whoa. Hey, you leave the sex robots out of this, all right? They ain't hurting nobody.
No.
They just...
Honcho, I don't want to hit... You an old player. You can go get you a... You know where the hoes at, bro.
Hey, hold on. I ain't got no hoes. Look, for the record, I don't know nothing about no hoes. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, Honcho, stop it, man. I know everybody in this chat know where they at. Because, come on. But, let's say... In a way, we can't let technology get bigger than what we are. That's all I'm saying. You gotta use the human brain eventually, man. But one more thing before I get off this line, man. Yeah. I know it's Monday, bro, but I gotta say, fuck them to Instagram, bro. Let me tell you something. So I get on my page, bro, about to like a picture. They give me some bullshit where they suspended my account for one day. and saying it could be a mistake. Bitch, if it's not me, you supposed to have the highest, security breach and all. You just supposed to have the highest security to know if it's me or not. And you blocking me from liking pictures for what? I ain't doing nothing illegal. Like, man, Instagram gotta get their shit together, bro. They update the trash, man. I just seen that stuff this morning, and man, dude over here irritated, man. But that's fine.
Fucking Instagram already. I mean, look, they be tripping. They be on some other shit, man. That's wild.
I'm like, come on, Zuckerberg, bro. You already had all those problems with Facebook, bro. Fix Instagram, man.
Yeah, you think it would be simple as just picture shit, goddamn. But I don't know. But that's a bit wrong with, man. Fuck the gram. Fuck them, goddamn it. They ain't trying to act right.
Man, we'll see, man. And then the last thing, man. Who the hell is Buck, bro? I heard Buck one more time in that last call, man. Buck.
Yeah, all I'm saying, if somebody introduce you and they last name Buck, you better stay away. That might not be the move.
I ain't fucking with no Buck. That's a dude. Shit, hell no. But that's my call, Honcho.
I already appreciate the call, Roman.
Man, anytime.
All right. My name's Buck, and I like to fuck. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jack. You gotta be careful, bro. Got to be careful. It'll get you. The internet will get you into some predicaments. Okay. The internet will get you into some predicaments. I'm looking at this card. You know what's bad about nudist colony? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about nudist colony? I'm looking in the chat. Because of the Cards Against Humanity thing. See, nude beaches and nude colonies, don't buy that shit. Don't buy that shit. Because what you think about when you think about a nude beach or a nudist colony, you think about porn. You think about porn actors and porn stars. You go see some fun. There's nothing but old people at them hoes. Just stay away from this old wrinkle camp. Stay away from that shit. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Yeah, what's up, Honcho? Chicago.
Chicago, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What do you use the internet for, Chicago?
Man, well, I'll tell you what I've been getting into lately, man. It's pretty interesting stuff. I found this guy, his name is Dan Carlin. Mm-hmm. I originally found him through Joe Rogan experience. He was on his podcast. Mm-hmm. And this guy it's crazy content he puts out, man. He has a show called Hardcore History, and it's just fucking all pretty much historical history, like from like Alexander the Great or like Persians or like the Japanese, but it's all their wartime and how they would deal with war and how they would conquer people, and it's just the craziest stories, dude. And you could really educate yourself and kind of get an idea of how people used to live back then. Like, for instance, he was telling one of these stories on how a Persian king gathered all the firstborn like sons and daughters from all these noble families of people that tried to like fuck him over or whatnot, and how he gathered their parents. He fucking killed all the kids in front of their parents, gouged their poked out their eyeballs, so that was like the last thing they saw, and like made them go live as peasants and some shit like that. It's absolutely wild, dude.
Damn, that's
right. It's pretty cool shit. But it's amazing, fucking how people used to live. 1,000 years ago, and like how they would have allies and how they would go to battle. And granted, man, this is like hand to hand, swords and arrows and shit. It wasn't like popping somebody from a couple 100 yards away with a gun. Yeah. I mean, it's up close and personal.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking
but
about
so that's what I've been yeah, man, that's what I've been listening to lately on the internet. But I mean, also you could just go down a rabbit hole. I guess like I went through a phase like looking into like the Freemasons or something like that, and trying to look at it as like with a solid mind, like, hey, are these guys just like charity bound, they're part of a club and stuff, or are they more like sinister or whatnot? So I mean, you could find videos on the internet of both the good and people who are abstract about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, And I think you probably got like two levels of it. I think you probably do have some sinister shit. I'm sure there's ways of weeding out, your basic, your average characters. They just kind of there for the surface. But then I think there's probably some underlying shit that not everybody's privy to. So I think that'll be very interesting. That would definitely be something to look into.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, nowadays, whatever you're into, you could just look it up on YouTube, or you could find your own content. Per se, everybody's got their own niche.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it's a good thing too. But it could also be bad. You got to look at it from the retrospect too. If you're typing in anything that could be shady, or not necessarily shady, say you're genuinely interested in the subject or something, and it might not be politically correct, or it might look down on a certain I don't know how to really word this right. Okay, for instance, that last fucking the horrible shit that went down in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Before that shit was absolutely scrubbed from the internet, it was on 4chan and Kiwi Farms, and it was on dark web, but that shit got out.
Mm-hmm.
But if you saw that video, it's not like you're gonna go to jail. No one is gonna come knock at your door.
No.
But granted, if you did look it up on your personal computer, I guarantee you, it's not like somebody at the NSA probably knows you saw it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a thing. That's because you got to look at the internet both ways. For regular people, like civilians like us, going on our computers making searches, we can't imagine what kind of technology they have, man. So you got to know that they probably got an eye on who you are, and if you're looking into some shady shit, not that you're not going to get arrested for looking at a fucked up video, but they're going to want to know why you might be looking at a fucked up video.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely going to keep some notes. Makes me think of that episode of South Park. That's why I generally, I say, I don't really give a shit. I don't think I do too much too crazy. And if so, if they know, fuck them. If they want you, they'll get you one way or another.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But there's crazier shit than that. People. I've seen so many Facebook Live fucking live streams where people get murdered and shit. Yeah. So, the world is violent, and that's something I want to bring up too. I threw in a chat probably about an hour ago. I don't think the world is more violent. I just think it's more televised, and it's more, out to public to view. Yeah,
I agree.
I think the world has always been, fucked up. It's just, I think the majority of people are honestly good people, but everybody focuses on the fucked up shit, and that's what gets the media's attention, and that's what we all see on the nightly news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man. Because I think, like I said, the same shit has been going on forever. It's just that the access, like you said, the access that you have to it is more televised. And again, anywhere that you have people of different beliefs interacting, and again, it could be the same family. If I believe I want to watch this show, motherfuckers done killed each other, fighting, and stabbed each other over fucking chicken. The shit that you hear in the news all the time. So, any kind of disbelief, any kind of disagreement, wherever you have people who have disagreements, it's always going to be some shit, and the world's going to be like that forever.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's weird that, you say that, too, because after listening to this Dan Carlin series, man, he does a bunch of shit, on Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, the Persian kings, the Middle East, that, 2000 BC. These guys were fucking cold-blooded, but they didn't, their region would, fuck with another region, and, a bunch of battles would be messed up, but mostly they wanted to stick with, their own kind of people. So I could understand, what you mean by that. It's just wild that, within 4,000 years, it really hasn't changed that much besides technology and warfare, Yeah.
That's the crazy thing, man, like I say, but people are dead set on trying to make everybody love everything these days, and everybody needs to accept it. It's just never going to fucking happen. It just doesn't work that way. And until you control all the information, then you can kind of do certain things. But you'll still have those people who are woke. It may be a different kind of woke, but you'll always have people who dissent from what people are trying to push.
Doubt.
So, and that's necessary. So it is what it is.
For sure, man. Hey, thanks, Honcho, man. I appreciate you taking my call. That's all I got tonight, man.
All right, Chicago. I appreciate you sharing it, man. I'm going to check that out. You said Hardcore History?
Yeah, Hardcore History by Dan Carlin. He's got a bunch of shit, man. It's pretty wild shit, man. It's pretty interesting, in depth, and it's guy's a cool cat. He knows what he's talking about.
Okay,
It's really cool.
Definitely gonna check it out. Appreciate the recommendation, man.
All right, man, for sure. Have a good one.
Alrighty. All right, Miss Thing. Good night. I know you got to get up early. Make sure you get your husband right so you can be back in the den tomorrow night. Do your thing. Do your Miss Thing. Oh, let me stop the shenanigans. Oh man, Roy used to be a beast, man. Roy used to be the man. Hardcore history. That sounds pretty interesting. It's just and I agree with what he says. What you do on the internet, it has to. That new Billy Ray, man. Look, that's what I find funny. Motherfuckers wasn't fucking with they wasn't fucking with the horses in the back before the remix. Now every motherfucking outlet in the world want to play it. That's why I say fuck them goddamn Houston Texans, man. That song was a hit. The shit was already number one on the chart, but nobody was fucking with it. But as soon as the fucking Billy Ray remix came out, they came and put that shit and they put all the Texans on that shit. Like, you had all that footage, you had all that shit from the rodeo before then. But, it is what it is. It's kind of like what we was talking about. I'm not going to get into soft sports, but like we was talking about in the last show when Jay Dizzle called in and he was basically saying, like, the Texans, the difference between the Texans and the Oilers, man, the Oilers was fucking with niggas. The Texans don't fuck with niggas. Like, that's what I told you. I was surprised that they picked up fucking Deshaun. I was like, a black quarterback for the Texans? Y'all sure about this? Is this the move that we're making? Is this the direction we're going? Is this real? But, that's enough of Texan sports for that. But, the thing about it is that shit is, somebody said I got the horses in my bladder leaning in my bladder. That's terrible. That sounds terrible. You know what I'm saying? That is awful. He's not a precision QB. He's a decision QB. He makes decisions in split seconds because he has no other choice. He has no line. He's the only quarterback in the league that plays without an offensive line. He hikes the ball to himself and must make plays. No, is this Heidi calling? No, it's not Heidi calling. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? I can't believe what just took place. I know that this individual did not just hang up on me. I know it did. I know what I thought happened didn't just happen. I know my heart is hurt. Oh, I feel defeated. I feel highly upset. What's the motherfucking deal? Keeping it real time, Riley. Tennessee whiskey is the shit. Chris Stapleton is the shit. That motherfucker can sing. That motherfucker, he don't sing. That motherfucker. That's the only motherfucker. Like, honestly, look here. This is not to be biased or anything. It's like two. Tim McGraw. It might be one other. But it's not, to me, country singers aren't like this, the way like motherfuckers like, oh, that rap music is country music isn't that. Country music is rap music. Motherfuckers talk about drinking, fucking, but they talk about it politely. Riding in their vehicles, like in their situations with women. Like, it's the same fucking thing. It's just the words that are being said. It's not a fucking big difference. But now a lot of this fucking new country, they sound like hip hop songs. I've been saying this for years. Before this, I've been saying this like for a long, like damn near since high school. It's not a fucking big difference. But people act like it's so classy. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Yes, yeah. Look, you done hung up on me. Now you calling. My feelings are hurt.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You know I ain't do that. I ain't
So, Miss Rashida, what do you use the internet for?
Basically social media and YouTube and read news and stuff. That's about it.
Okay. So how do you think life would be if we didn't have the internet now? What do you think? What do you think we would be doing in 2019? If there was no internet?
We'll be trying to find a way to make another one, cause I don't know. Like, that's how you stay connected to people. You know, do a lot of talking to people on Messenger and all that stuff. You know.
Okay, we got a question.
Don't worry about how many people blocked on my social media. You're gonna be the next one. Now keep on playing with me.
Well, I don't want no flex. Don't want no flex. So my thing is though, where do you see?
No, I didn't block Josh DeMarcus.
No, you need to block Josh. Everybody got to block Josh just because he ain't want to go one on one with that man. But I mean, I want to know your thoughts with the internet. Do you think there's more good than bad on the internet, or more bad than good?
I think it's more bad. I think people try to act bad too. Like they talk all that mess in the chat and knowing they can't do nothing. Probably the nicest person in the world when you meet them face to face. You know.
Okay. Why do you think people do that? Why do you think people put on these why do you think people put personas on the internet? Why do you think they act a certain way, falsify themselves?
Because you have to act a certain way in your real life, you know. So the internet and people don't really know who you are gives you the opportunity to get that out. It's like an exaggerated extension of yourself, you know.
Okay.
Even though I'm nice on the internet as well as in person.
Oh, I believe it. I know you are an angel.
Exactly.
So we were talking about the top 50 sites.
I don't know where Broderick is. Text his wife.
Brother say he on the way to come hang up that phone. You've been challenging him long enough. He gonna cop the red eye.
He's not coming.
So my thing is this though. We were talking about the top 50 sites, and I want to say 6 or 7 of them happen to be adult entertainment sites. So which of those is your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. I just go on whichever one free. I don't have a favorite. But you know what? I don't really do that anymore.
No, well, what changed that? Why not?
I don't know. I just found other things to do. I prefer to be on Facebook and YouTube and other stuff like that. It's just not as interesting to me.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Look, baby. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just curious. You know, you might know where the good content is. I'm trying to find out. You know, for research purposes only. You know, it's just only research. That's the only thing I do. So my thing is, where do you see the future of the internet going?
Ask the market. I'm sure he knows.
I don't know. But DeMarcus, what you know, DeMarcus? What's really going down? DeMarcus got some hidden secret shit. He probably run a couple of them motherfuckers.
He got some videos up there.
I had a video one time. I had to get it taken down. It had too many views. I didn't even know it was up there. I got hoodwinked. I was like, hold on, what the fuck? What? This was.
Hey, that's a quick way to make some money. If somebody
but I didn't put up, so I wouldn't get paid for it. So I mean, look, I'll have to talk about that. That's one I could say for the confession. I don't think I don't know if I can share that one on the YouTube confessions, how that whole shit went down, but.
Look, we know you done made some videos. You just ain't put them out there. Come on.
Oh yeah, I made videos. I made buku videos.
Right. Everybody that did that for fun. You know, it ain't nothing.
I've rather got it. Look, I've been making videos since VHS, goddamn. You know, so I ain't even tripping. I look, probably got some lost files out there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't even know. I ain't gonna bullshit y'all. Goddamn it. Keep it real. But now the thing about it is, you know, where do you see the future of the internet going? Now, what do you think is going to be the next phase? Eventually, you know, people get tired of certain stuff. You know, we have the Instagrams and the Twitters and the Facebooks and all that. Like, what do you think is going to be the next phase of the internet?
That's a good question. I really don't know. I mean, it seems like they got everything out now. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Like, I don't know what else they need. I don't think they need nothing else.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised somebody probably found that shit. Somebody, but I don't know. This day and age, it's gonna be like a VHS. Forget it. They gonna throw that shit away. Ain't even gonna watch that shit. I got a wild ass Hawaii tape somewhere. Look at that. Anyway, we ain't talking about me. Goddamn, this ain't the me conversation. This ain't it for profession. So Facebook of all the social medias.
Gang. What they trying to say? Just because I'm from Chicago don't mean I'm gang affiliated. I mean, I kind of am, but that ain't really our business. No, I'm just kidding.
How many tattoos you got, Rashida?
How
many tattoos you got?
I don't have any. No, I couldn't even. No, I don't know. They just ain't never been an interest of mine.
Really?
I don't like needles anyway.
Really? Okay.
No.
That's interesting. I need to go give me some more weight. I definitely.
How many do you have?
I don't know. Not that many.
Probably about 10 or 20. You got some on your back?
Let me see. I got about. I don't got that many. I think I might have like 8 or 9. Let me think.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8. Maybe 9.
8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah. Okay. But I got, like I say, I got this whole thing I talk about when I talk about goals and stuff like this. You know, I got goals for the channel and things. So when I reach these goals that I'm in pursuit of, like I said before, I start smoking again and doing all that stuff. But when I reach these goals, I'm gonna go definitely spend a significant amount of time in some chair under the needle because it's therapeutic. It really is, and like I say, I know.
The strange thing is, I like tattoos though on other people, but not me.
Well, why not get you one? Just get you a small one.
No.
Why not? What's keeping you from getting a tattoo?
I just the fear. That's one thing.
The fear. What are you afraid of?
Yeah, the fear of the needle. It don't hurt.
Man, it don't. Man, people be overhyping that shit. That shit does not hurt. The people be saying that shit hurt. It does not. Because I remember they was talking about, you know, when you get something across your like your what is this, your chest plate, breastplate area, whatever they call that. And like, oh man, that shit gonna hurt. That shit, you know, once you get that bone right there, that shit don't hurt. Then I know they talk about like up on your shoulder when you hit that bone, like they talking about when you own that bone that it's supposed to hurt and all that. Like, no, I got shit in a couple of areas like that's on the bone. That shit didn't hurt. It's annoying, but it's not necessarily pain. But again, everybody has different levels of different pain tolerances. And because I remember the dude that did was like, man, that shit you gonna be hurting, you gonna be flipped. I'm like, okay.
I don't know. I just don't see the need to get one. It's just not. It's not my thing. It's not for me.
Okay. I can understand. I mean, it's not for everybody. This is not for everybody.
Right.
Remember, we was trying to. I remember we was trying to get Baker Man. I remember one time me, Baker Man, and Shaq Kush. We went. I want to say, was it Shaq Kush's birthday? We was trying to convince Baker Man to get some ink.
He said he ain't getting no tax. He said team no tax. So
we
I
tried.
don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't easily manipulated. We couldn't convince him. We was trying to though.
You did the right thing. You did right. Don't get that on you. You did right. Good job.
Don't listen to her. She gang affiliated. That's the only reason she ain't got. She just don't want nobody to know her set. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting. Yeah, that shit wasn't that bad. Chicago got all them cameras. She don't want nobody to identify when she out there, you know, pouring bleach on people and jumping them in the middle of the night. You know, them tattoos identifiable.
And you know what? He needs to run us our money so we can leave him alone and he can go back to California or Hollywood or wherever he's from. I don't know, just somewhere.
Man, you think y'all gonna get that? Because I heard he was supposed to be trying to sue them. I heard Chicago was supposed to be trying to sue him. I heard it was just the old sue fest.
You know what? He trying to act tough and shit. He wasn't tough that night when the two guys whooped his ass.
Yeah, what you mean? He said he fought the fuck back. What you mean? He's gay Tupac. What you mean?
He gonna fight us back when we whoop his ass. That'll give us run us our money. We asked him nicely. Shit.
I don't want no place. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm gonna watch from a distance. I'm gonna get my binoculars and just Let's see what's going on in Chicago over there. But that's the
you know what? I want to touch on that Dwayne Wade thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even want to sound homophobic or nothing, but that just didn't sit right with me. Like, I done seen pictures from gay pride parades, because you know Chicago, we have like one of the biggest gay pride parades.
Oh, word.
You know, probably in the country or whatever. And the images that I saw was men with their ass cheeks out. Some of them was naked, you know, like.
Wearing them Prince jeans?
It was just too much. Like, I don't see why you would have kids there. I don't get that.
Yeah, that's not ideal. The thing is, and that's my thing too, is like, because he was on, from what I read, apparently he was on a float, so you know, this nigga had a bird's eye view of shit or whatever was going on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the crazy on the north side. But that's the crazy thing about it, you know, that, and this is what I'm saying. Like,
remember he was in a fashion show too, twirling down the runway, and they doing too much. You know, why you got your kid out there like that exploiting him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You want him to be the face of young black gay males or something? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit. And again, like I say, and again, because I guess you got to toe up. In these days, this day and age, you know, I don't really give a shit, but you know, they want you to toe a thin line, and you got to be careful of what you say about it, because anything you say that you don't agree with them wholeheartedly, oh, you're homophobic and you this, and it's not that. It's just a lack of understanding. And like, I'll be honest, it's only so much of a level of understanding I even want to. But I mean, I want somebody to be able to explain and justify these actions. Otherwise, they really don't make sense. Why, as a child, like the caller said earlier, that's like the same as taking a kid to a strip club that's underage or any of these other things. You know, why would you do something like that? Why would you find something like that shit acceptable? You know, when you know that this type of behavior goes on at events like this, and you justify it, and then again you put it out there and validating that shit. I don't think so. I just, there's no way you can justify that shit to me. You know.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just. I mean, they holding him out like he the average black gay teen. No, he's rich. He's not gonna face the same obstacles the rest of these people that's trying to follow up behind him gonna face. So he can live his life free and not worry about too much, you know. But the average, you know, gay person is not gonna experience the same thing he experienced. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't think celebrities should put their kids out there like that, trying to be the face or something.
Yeah.
When you know they not even in the same world as regular people.
Yeah. And that's the crazy shit. And they think, that's the thing that motherfuckers, you know, and celebrities probably don't teach their kids, and they need to explain, because I don't think, especially with these young, they understand that you're not normal. You know, you're fortunate, you know, and it's not to say that you don't deserve or anything like that. I'm not going to tell nobody. If your parents work for it, look, if I can put Lil in a position, anybody who affiliated with a better position to be better enough, look, I'm going to do it. I can't be mad at nobody for nothing like that. But the thing is, you need to understand that you're in a better position. I'm not going to say privileged, because I don't like using that word. You're just in a better position. You have more advantages because you got access to certain stuff, celebrity, money, you know, things of that nature that your average person doesn't have. So you got to realize that your status is going to be different than someone else's. Not saying that they can't acquire it, not saying that they can't reach it or do whatever, but they need to have an understanding. But they don't know nothing about that shit, and they don't fucking...
I just don't support people allowing their kids to make adult decisions at that age.
Yeah.
You got him out here like he's little gay RuPaul or something, and they are trying to normalize homosexuality, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you might be, and people accept it, but trying to normalize, that's where I think.
Yeah, like this, and that's my thing. It's like, look, I'm not going to, so you got to live your life. You got to deal with whatever you feel like you got to deal with to exist. But to act like, you know, so I talked about that story the other day where legally the dude and his mama had a baby, pretty much. But if you got to go through all that type of shit to procreate, to do all that, then it's not normal. It's not the fucking normal. If they didn't have this technology back then, you know, in the dawn of civilization, to continue to breed and procreate and continue to have children, maybe there were some motherfuckers who were off doing some old off the wall shit in their own corner of the world. But the fact is, to procreate, to continue the human race, it only works one way. And that is what's normal. If you have other sexual desires, you have other things you do, that's you. But don't try to make it seem like everybody has to embrace this, everybody should be with this. No, some people don't want to do this. Some people just want to, hey, some motherfuckers don't want to do nothing but some old missionary position, goddamn, and they, you know, hump and dump and they out. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, all the extra stuff is, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to attack you for it. But what they're doing now is they're creating this terminology, this lexicon of words that, you know, to try to make it seem like being straight is a weird thing, is an odd thing. Like I hate, you know what I hate? What word I hate? This cis word, cisgender, cis whatever the fuck this. That's not a fucking thing. This is some shit some gay people made up to try to justify, you know, that there's a word to identify how they are. No. I'm a motherfucker that been doing it the same way everybody else been doing it. I'm a man that likes women, or a woman that ain't no cis nothing. It's human nature. It is what it is.
Right.
What you do,
they trying to make everybody uncomfortable because they uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that's the crazy stuff. Like I said, when I posted that thing the other day when we was talking about it's transphobic or something, and it was talking about all that bullshit. Like, you know, this is only justifiable to a delusional person. You know, because again, it doesn't make sense. And what they try to do is they try to blur these lines, and the lines aren't blurred. It's cut and dry. You want them to be blurred so that everything's acceptable. Man, just fuck with the people who fuck with you. You know, everything ain't for everybody. It is what it is, and that's the problem, man. Like, I wish people would get that through their head on everybody, not just with the gay stuff. It can be racial, it can be sexist, it can be everything ain't for everybody. And we need to try to quit trying to have everybody accept every fucking thing. Go where you're treated best. I talked about that podcast I used to go where you're treated best. If motherfuckers over here ain't fucking with you, then go where they fucking with you at, and then, you know, kick it with your little group. When shit becomes mainstream, becomes watered down and washed out, motherfuckers don't really, they just want to be, what they really want to be considered, like say, normalized. They want it to be acceptable, and it's just not. This is never going to be. Everybody's not going to always accept that shit. It's just point blank. Period. You know, I mean, it is what it is, man. So.
And people act like you can't have your own opinion about something without being a phobic. Like you homophobic, you transphobic, you something this, something that.
Shit, I ain't afraid of them motherfuckers. We can box, goddamn. No, but I mean, and that's why I say I hate the phobia, because it's just like it's afraid. It's not afraid. It's just I don't agree with what you agree. Like, that's not the term. And they said, and again, these words are designed. You know, people who create, you know, who adjust and make this vernacular, they're intelligent people. They know exactly what they're doing. And so when you use phobic, it makes it seem like a fear, like I'm afraid. So that's the only option I have, is to be afraid. I'm not afraid of you. I have no fear of you. I just don't like what it is that you do, or I'm not agreeing with what you do, or I don't support what you do. And that's my thing. I'm like, I don't hate you. I'm not against you, but I'm not an ally. I'm not promoting what you do. But I don't wish you no harm. I don't wish you no ill will, nothing like that. Live your life as long as you ain't disrespecting me. You know, and that's just kind of how. And
I don't understand why they try to grow those gay kids up so fast and expose them to all that adult stuff.
Yeah, because they sexualizing it.
Even if my child was straight, I wouldn't have my child around straight people doing that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's too much. And then they let the kids, the young boys, wear makeup at 10. I wouldn't let my daughter, if she was straight, wear makeup at 10. You know, people. I don't know. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It becomes too much.
It is, and again,
then when you start letting them see those images, then they start wanting to act on it. Mm-hmm. And I believe a lot of those older gay men be grooming those younger men too.
Yeah.
Younger boys.
It is, like I say, a lot of them. That's why I say you got to be cautious about certain mentorships. You got to be cautious about certain people that you let your kids hang around. And I'm saying this is coming from the mouth of gay people who said it. You know, so this ain't me just making some shit up. This is what gay people have said in public and all over the place. Say, well, you know, it's like this. It's a culture of this, and you know, we do this and this and this. And the thing is, how is that acceptable? It's not. It's not justifiable. It's not acceptable. And I think that because a lot of it has to do with you crossing some boundaries. These are boundaries that you let that we're allowing that men with young boys and all this other stuff that people would lose their shit if it was a man and young, or some of the same shit that we are condemning R. Kelly for. People are promoting within the gay community and making it valid and okay and acceptable. And so that's what I'm saying. There's these weird double standards about a lot of this shit, and none of it's acceptable. You know what I mean? That's just really what it comes down to. R. Kelly shit ain't acceptable. That other shit ain't acceptable. Right. You know, none of it is. So, you know, it is what it is. Has America ever been sane? For about 30 seconds, you know. Or maybe
then you should see the people supporting this mess. Oh, that's so good. He got his family behind him.
Yeah.
No, that's not so good because they're allowing him to do too much. That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, like I say, you're encouraging.
Pride parade is not for kids.
Tricks are for kids. Not them kind of tricks, but tricks is for kids. But yeah, and that's my thing, man. And definitely, you know, in the gay uprising in America started with Obama. Yeah, I remember Obama. He tried to go to Africa and tell, well, you got to accept the gay people. You know, they're just Obama. If you don't get your bitch ass out of here, we will catch you on the boat. They wasn't hearing that shit. They was like, get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit, Obama. You ain't from Kenya, nigga. Get your ass up out of here. They were there. That motherfucker was trying to do just some other shit, you know. But you know, it is what it is. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. So, I mean, what do you? I don't know. Do you see it getting any better? Or do you think we're headed down a path of no return?
We going down the rabbit hole. Where Dr. Rabbit at? That's where we going. We going down the rabbit hole with him.
I don't know. Dr. Rabbit said something crazy earlier in Soft Sports. I don't know if I've seen him since then. He just said something crazy. I had to hang up on him because he was talking crazy.
That's always.
Yeah, but that's why, you know, it had to be real crazy about to hang up on him. You know, Dr. Rabbit always saying something crazy. You know, it is what it is. But he was talking real crazy. I don't know what he was. I just had to click the button on him. So.
Yeah. I'm about to wrap it up. But earlier you said something to me about a video. What was that about?
A video.
I told you to look at a video or something.
Oh, no. I was talking about I Gave You Power. Had told me some video. He talking about this video. It sounded like Rashida. And so I was saying I saw that video. I was snitching on him. I said I watched that video. It don't sound nothing like you. I don't know. It was so.
Who is that? I Gave You Power. Who is he?
He's one of the mods, but I'm gonna have to take his wrench. I'm gonna have to take his wrench and give it to you so you can get rid of it.
Well, you know what? He got too much time on his hand to go look up a video say it look like me. That don't make sense. See, that's what I'm talking about. People get on the internet with no life and then try to be funny, and they not funny at all.
Terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible, trying to make fun of somebody the way people talk. You don't know, I might have a speech impediment or something. You don't know. You just making fun of me. I'm offended.
I'm offended because you offended. Everybody, we just need to get a little bit of this offense. We all offended, and we all mad I gave you power because, you know, he's I don't know, he done violated something. He's some kind of bigot. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, just take his wrench and hit him upside the head with it.
I'm gonna put him on a mod.
What did it sound like though? What did the video sound like?
It was I don't know if let me see if I still got the link. Let me see if I think I deleted it. I don't know, it might still be here. Yeah, I got it right here. Let me see, I posted in the chat here. But it was some lady who was calling I guess her boss's phone or something, her co-worker's phone, talking about how she was gonna beat her ass. And
oh wow!
So yeah, it was. But she called the wrong number though, so that was the thing.
I do not act like. Well, I can't say I don't act like that. So let me not get to the line. Not in theory. I didn't hear the link though, but
Okay. Well, I put it in the chat if you want to check it out. I'll text it to you if you want me. I can send it to you.
yeah, send it to me.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna shoot it to you so you can see what he's talking about. Let me see where you at like that. But yeah, so can I send it here? Yeah, I have to do it the other way. We'll make it shake. Let me see.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that out and get back to you and see do it really sound like me. Since he took the time out of his busy life to look up something that sound like me.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say. You're gonna have to get on it once you hear it. I don't condone it. I don't agree with it. I was offended when I heard it. So I want you to check it.
It's all good though. I'm a good sport for now.
Mm.
But he got something coming though.
Hit him with that block and that delete.
No,
Oh.
I got something better for him.
I don't look. I'm gonna stand on. I'm an innocent bystander. I don't want no problem. That's a bit. Well, I appreciate you, Copper.
It's too late now. We already got a problem. It's too late now.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna send this to you. All right. Well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you calling. I'm finna get ready to wind it down here, but I thank you for calling in and chopping it up with me this evening.
No problem. Take care, everybody.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right. So bye. Look, I done sent it. I'm snitching. I don't care what y'all say. I'm snitching. So yeah, bye. Maria, how are you doing this evening? We're talking about the internet. We're just talking about different things, the good and the bad about the internet, and then we went far left. We went all over the place. I don't think we talked about the internet and things connected to the internet, and yeah. So it wasn't all websites and social media, but we just talked about some of the repercussions of internet use, the impacts, the good, the bad, and we didn't really talk about the convenience of the internet. Things like Postmates and what waiter and door dashes and front door food. What it used to be, front door food was the best of them, but we ain't gonna talk about that now. Those kind of things, and it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there might be more bad than good on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this one more, then we'll get ready to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, you seen that shit? People eating people food on the way. I forgot what that was. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Yeah, this is Lee calling back.
Already.
And everything.
Right. Yeah. What you want to drop in the den, Lee?
Yeah, like speaking about the internet, they ought to know about the pitfalls of the internet and trolling, talking shit to people that they don't know they temperament and shit. Like, I tried to be nice last time motherfuckers was hating, but who is this Clayton Yeary where you look up his fucking YouTube and he got redneck twerking with some dude and shit, look like he got a shotgun on him and shit. Who is this bitch ass dude talking shit like I do dope and shit? That's slander. I don't do dope. But why your trolls on your station pop up whenever somebody talk about the human traffickers and shit, or Ed Buck or something? Do they got like a dog in the race? Are they friends with them motherfuckers, a part of the human trafficking ring? What's up with that shit? Why is the fuck my town Trill talking about I'm fucking doing some dope with some roach spray or some shit? Why they be saying shit on the internet that if they really saw me, they be all like kissing my ass because they know I knocked their teeth out their fucking face? Why they talking shit? Like, what the fuck is with them blue dudes? Why they sticking up for Ed Buck? You brought up Ed Buck a bunch of times. Why them little ratchet motherfuckers ain't never talk about shit responding into the show to the stuff that you've been asking them why they scared to say it? And then the white dudes say something and they don't say nothing. So if the black dude, Montel Trill, is black, why he didn't say nothing about what the white boy said? Why he on some motherfucking sellout shit trying to be coming at me? And why they be coming at the short? Like, why they be roasting that little kid Roman so much? That's some bitch-ass shit. So them to be some grown-ass men.
Word. Uh-oh. Look, y'all better defend yourselves, man. Hey, that's all I got to say. I mean, I don't know. I hope y'all not affiliated with
making fun of Rashid. She's from Chicago. I'm from Chicago too. I don't like that Jussie Smollett. I remember, I'm the caller that was like, I want him to fuck up out my city. Like, I'm the one that's like, yeah, and the thing is and shit too, like, I don't know if they know this on the low. Whenever I'm telling the story, I'm saying that I done went to go get somebody that got human trafficking shit from the bad people. What any of these motherfuckers ever did for anybody in their community? I want to know when they ever risked their ass for anybody.
That's very interesting.
And based on his character. If you don't have no character, if you have a lack of character, then you need to just sit your young ass down and just soak up game and come correct. But Rashida was right about one thing, because how you going to be posting some shit making fun of somebody and shit? If everybody wants to make fun of them, they get burnt the fuck up and get roasted and shit. There's motherfuckers that's like comedians from Chi-Town and shit that is like just annihilate they motherfucking ass. Come on now. Clayton Erie, what's with the redneck twerking, bro? What's with the redneck twerking? Look up on his channel, man. Redneck twerking, what's up with that?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with all the.
Just click on his name and shit and go to the motherfucking channel and shit. It's the first shit you see on his uploads and shit. It's one little suspect looking motherfucker laying on a pillar and a fat boy twerking and shit with 49 views. Where you talking about who doing dope. Motherfucker, you doing dope and shit, posting that shit up. What the fuck was you smoking? Maybe that's why he got a dog in the race, because he won't see little fat boy twerking and shit. That's what he won't do. You know, you probably won't see little RuPaul's and all that other shit and stuff, too. So that's what they dog in the race probably is and shit, too. But that's some foul shit. You know, that's some foul company and shit, man. What's up with that? What's with that? I bet you that, did that fuck the chat up? Who's sticking up for Red Net Twerking? Anybody sticking up for Red Net Twerking? No, don't look like nobody sticking up for that shit. Don't nobody want to stick up for that, right?
I don't think too many people are keen on the redneck twerking.
Yeah, Clayton Erie, ClaytonYeary, with his one subscriber to see that shit. He got one fan. That won't see twerking and shit from redneck.
I don't know. Now, see, if it's a brunette, why brunettes be having all ass? That's what I be trying to figure out. If it's a brunette redneck twerking, I'll watch that shit. But cause why is that? Like, is that a thing? Maybe I'm wrong. It seemed like and I'm going left field with this. It seemed like the brunettes and some redhead. Why do redheads be thick? I've seen some thick red. You know, hey, everybody got their own little dilly dally. I'm just curious. You know, where did they start getting these posteriors in proportions from? It wasn't always like this. Things have changed. Time has changed.
I'm about to fall out, man. It don't look like no chick in that video. It's only 10 seconds long. I swear to God, it was like a little fat dude and shit, man. It don't look like no chick. Like, you know how they was describing that broad, the beast and shit?
Oh, my God.
I don't know about that being no female, man. It don't look right. It looks funny style and shit. Something about that just look off. It look like a creepy silhouette. It don't even look right. Matter of fact, it look like when you playing one of them first-person shooters. It look like they got some shit pulled out on them, like, dance, motherfucker, dance. I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna click on it, but, like, you know, motherfucker was popping shit talking about, like, I'm doing some dope and shit, motherfucker. All I do is smoke squares and shit. I might drink some vodka and shit, but, you know, that bottle hard than the motherfucking shit. Talking, like, if you talking shit to me and shit, like, up on me and stuff, like, man, you might get cracked with that shit. Like what the fuck you say? Like, really? Words? You saying all of this shit? Like, I don't know what the hell is with that. Like, I was trying to calm the fuck down about that shit the last time. Motherfuckers was trying to talk all some crazy shit, because, like, seriously, with them kidnappers and shit, and the motherfuckers that's doing all of that shit, you know there was baby seats in that car that got left in front of my house around Christmas. The one that had to do with the actors. And
Wait. Like this Christmas?
Yeah, man. Straight up. I had to take pictures and shit. I took pictures and got pictures of the fucking license plate. I looked up who the fuck owned the car. It was some fucking actors that connect to people in Wisconsin and Chicago and the second city and shit. And that was like some wild shit. Because, like, a little bit after that shit, you know, that weird Jussie Smollett shit happened. And I'm like, what's with all of these actors? And why they dropping cars? Because the girl's lug nuts was, man, the teeth that hold the tire was broke the fuck off. And when I talked to the little broad that owned the car, it was a female, a mixed female. She was adopted. Her sister died in 2017.
Damn.
And the fucked up thing is, her fucking adopted father know the fucking cops that called me when my fiance's motherfucking pops ended up mysteriously fucking dying and shit. The same fucking last name. The fucking Frenches. So the Frenches know this girl to leave the car in front of my motherfucking house, and I'm looking at the car. The car got baby seats. They tried to kill this girl while she was on I-90 and shit. Fucking tire came off, but it broke off 3 of the motherfucking teeth that hold the tire. So they didn't just loosen the lug nuts and shit. They was trying to overkill that little broad with her babies in the car. They didn't give a fuck about her or the kids. So I don't see how the hell anybody trying to crack no joke about that shit, but it's like kind of hard because, you know, sometimes I don't be wanting to say everything about what the fuck is going on with these ratchet motherfuckers, but, you know, I said we was feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. 2 of my brother-in-laws beat up like 40 dudes in the Aryan Brotherhood one night. So they fucking beat up somebody and shit, beat them bloody. And I'm the smart one. After they beat everybody up, I'm like, dude, did y'all do a head count of who y'all fucking up? And they like, nope. Did you pay attention to the names of the people you fucked up? They like, nope. But I did after the fact.
I'll be tired. Look, I got about look. I mean, you know, maybe five at the most. 40 motherfuckers, man. That sounds like a workout.
They called me to come out to help them and shit, but my woman didn't want me to come out there because the first time I got a contract hit put on me and I ended up getting stabbed up, I fought the motherfuckers by myself. Like, I fought a whole fucking gang was doing some shit, and they was getting shot at by MS-13 and all this other shit was going on. I held that down and shit. I got asked to do security from how I dealt with getting into the fight with the dude that wanted to stab motherfuckers. And that was a black gang. You know, so like I ain't appreciated when that little fucking one guy was talking that shit because he don't know how the fuck everybody get down everywhere else. Like some of the motherfuckers be claiming shit after the fact, but if you really be living around in the area where everybody really be kicking up dust, it ain't what the fuck you be thinking. Motherfuckers don't get they dope the way you be thinking it because brothers don't fly dope in and they don't smuggle shit really. So where they getting it from? They getting it from who? The cops? Basically. So motherfuckers just pick people off and all that other shit. Like, remember when they had the no snitching t-shirt?
Yeah.
Remember that was Jimmy Henchman?
Oh, word?
50 Cent, all that fucking problems and shit, and then they got him, like, hemmed up. Come to find out, he was, like, snitching on people in fucking South Carolina.
Oh, man, look.
North Carolina.
I mean, man, here's the deal, man. Motherfuckers got to, and this is why I say motherfuckers get upset with me when I was talking about the other day about if you normal and you ain't with all this shit, man, snitch. Motherfuckers is out there. They selling y'all this whole stand-up guide. Motherfuckers ain't snitching, you know, honor the code and all that. Man, look, man. Some of these killers that y'all know, some of these motherfuckers that y'all done heard of and all that, these motherfuckers talking like this. Some of these motherfuckers moving that big dope. If the whole hood know they doing it, and you think them people don't know, they motherfucking know. These motherfuckers talking because they can give more information because they well connected or they well affiliated or whatever else it is. You know, you keep people like that, man. These motherfuckers is talking like. I wish niggas like. That's why I say like, you know, when I was young and dumb, I glorified that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. I glorified the dumb shit, but like that street shit ain't nothing, and we glorify this ghetto gang bang and all this other shit, man. And none of that shit is about shit. Ain't nobody winning off that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at something today, somebody I follow, and he made a super good point, man. He was talking about paid in full, and he was saying, because who was it? Old buddy who played. I forgot who was who, but it was Ace or whoever got shot up, whoever got killed. Money Mike got killed by. What's the nigga that Cameron played? But basically, kill this nigga over 5 bricks. They was moving all this dope. And this nigga killed this nigga over 5 bricks, 100K or whatever the fuck it was. Obviously, it really wasn't that much money because remember, they was throwing and gambling 10, 20,000s and doing all that other shit, right? But then this nigga killed him over fucking 100K. This is what you killed your plug, you connect with them. So obviously something ain't right in the story. Just the shit that don't add up. But again, like I say, the streets, we glorify a lot of shit. They glorify a lot of shit, blow a lot of shit out of proportion because motherfuckers don't be knowing the details. And the shit is fucking. Motherfuckers be just loving this shit, man. This shit ain't what it is, though. Ain't nobody that care. Very few only motherfuckers who come up out the street is niggas who rapping and shit, man.
But you got to frame the paid in full story and stuff. Remember what happened? Motherfuckers kidnapped his little brother or cousin or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers shot everybody up in the fucking house. They shot his woman and his woman mama.
No, matter of fact, yeah, that's what it was, right? That's what it was, because he needed to come up with the money to pay the kidnappers, right? And so he needed to come up. He needed 100K. He needed to come up with 100K to pay the kidnappers or whatever. But the nigga ain't had a shit. But y'all was just flossing, doing it big with all this money and doing all this other stuff. But you ain't had 100K for that situation. Like, I mean, it's a bunch of tomfoolery and a bunch of nonsense. I think that's a whole other conversation in itself. You know what I'm saying?
But it connects to this shit because with the no snitching shit and all of the other shit that was going on, a bunch of them big ass dudes was getting shit from the CIA, just like the white dude that called in was saying, and motherfuckers fronting about that shit. Like that's the weird thing about the shit, because you got to be thinking, this motherfucker 15, his mama on welfare. He ain't got no paper. What the fuck? He get the shit from Church's Chicken? He bought a kilo from Church's Chicken money? That's if he got a job. So how the fuck Pookie get enough money to buy keys? Keep it 100 and shit. Like, his ass getting it from who? Like, whoever the fuck is fronting him that shit, they got some connection to who? The same goofy motherfuckers that I'm beefing with from the fucking Dells out in Wisconsin. The motherfuckers are some cornballs. They just sitting up fucking people's lives off across the country. Like, these dudes, and they not even as hard as they be fucking scaring everybody into thinking they as hard. Because you hear I'm still on the damn phone. You know how many goofy ass fucking hitmen from Arkansas and all over? They got a word called Arkansas. You know how many motherfuckers that came from Arkansas knocking on my door and shit? They ain't bust a grape. They ain't what the fuck you be talking to. And matter of fact, too, I'm going to tell you something cold-blooded. The goofy motherfuckers came up and asked me to murk like 200 people on the Baraboo sex offender registry. Look that up. You got a pencil, you be jotting shit down. Look up how many people on the Baraboo sex offender registry and tell me if they names ain't on everything up on that damn map. If they ain't like 2 rape artists, that is a kidnapper. They wanted all of them fools murked before the 2015 shit, before that election in 2016. There was going to be an election and shit coming up. They wanted everybody to fuck wiped out. They was trying to get somebody from the hood to do it because they think that we cheap hitmen. They think that we thirsty and stupid. They don't got no respect for us. That's like how Nipsey got popped. Nipsey got popped by who? Some little goofy-ass ratchet motherfucker from the hood, man. And the fucked up thing about that was he was supposed to be doing what? Going to fucking try to talk a peace treaty? Like he was supposed to be respected in the hood? Everybody said, oh boy, was a snitch. Remember when I told you I got poisoned and shit around Christmas?
Yeah, with the cat.
That was good before. When that shit happened and shit, when we got poisoned and shit, the day before, I remember I told you a motherfucker came up trying to sell a sniper scope to me. That motherfucker, if you look him up, his name Lucas Adrian, that bitch-ass dude, he got like 99 charges. He never did time.
Damn.
Those the type of dudes that they have be trying to be the button in and be like little motherfucking Lee Harvey Oswalds and shit, because they some throwaway bummy motherfuckers and shit. Like, if you think about it, when Martin Luther King got set up, you know who set him up? Pastor Kyle. A fucking pastor set him up, trying to invite him to fucking dinner and shit. Talking about come up to dinner around 6 o'clock, and fucking snipers was like, dude, it's gonna be too dark and shit. You know, you gonna have to bump the dinner up a little earlier, because it's gonna be too dark for us to get a clear shot. Dude fucked up and said the shit on video. You know, Judge Joe Brown and shit was like the presiding judge on that case. They had a wrongful death lawsuit over that shit and won. But old boy got on camera and shit. Big Gregory and them grabbed it up. And some dude from Chicago, Steve Coakley and shit. They got the video footage and shit because people called him up like, Pastor Kyle confessed. He was on camera. He was like, Pastor King Kyle, two preachers hanging out and all this other stuff. And You know, I walked down the stairs so they could get a clear shot, and the shot rang out. He said that shit on camera at a fucking rally for him. That's supposed to be his homeboy. He set his homeboy up. Now imagine this. If you got brothers that'll do some shit like that, how the fuck everybody sitting up there acting like it's some ninjas doing it? No, it don't be some ninjas. It be some goofy motherfuckers, dusty, bummy motherfuckers hitting the crack pipe on some bullshit. And they fucking them up. And they don't give a fuck about nobody. And you can pay them motherfuckers off real fucking cheap. And then it's easy to lock them up because you lock them up and throw them away and don't nobody give no fuck. They be like, oh, well, you know, we take care of your books and shit, man. You have some ramen noodles, be all fat, looking like a monster trophy in the motherfucking minute. Don't worry, you're going to be all swole up off ramen.
That's
we going to make sure you got some on your book.
Oh man, here's the deal, man. Lee, look, you didn't hit me with too much. I had to take a couple of notes, but if I get ready to shut it all down, man. But I appreciate your call, man. And look, I'm gonna have to look into that Joe Brown thing. I hadn't heard that. I'm gonna have to check that out. You know what I'm saying?
Man, why they hate no Judge Joe Brown calling him a drunk and shit? You still did what he did for Martin Luther King.
Man, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, I don't know. Judge Brown, a gangster, man. Shit, he told y'all about Wendy Williams having that coke problem. You know, y'all ain't want to hear when he was getting on her ass, but then all of a sudden she talking about she living in a sober house. Everybody want to feel sorry for her. Fuck that, fuck that motherfucker be Wendy Williams. She talk all that shit about motherfuckers, man. That motherfucker got in her. If y'all ain't heard that Wendy Williams and Joe Brown exchange where he went on her show and she was trying to hold him and that nigga started getting her ass, man, look, you gotta listen to that shit. She had that little punk ass sidekick of hers. He was over there fucking clown fucking some shit up. But yeah.
Yeah, he sat down with Clarence.
No, Judge Mathis? No, look, they all the same to me. The Mathis and Joe Brown, goddamn, they all the same to me. They judge somebody's shit, goddamn. Shit, one of them goddamn judges, so they were there, whoever it was, they was getting their motherfucking ass. Judge Judy with the booty, goddamn. That was Mathis. Look, I can't do math. I'm bad at math. But, hey, Lee, man, I appreciate your call, man.
All right, man.
All right, you two, y'all go. But, yeah, we're going to end it on that one, man. Motherfucking me, Joe Brown, Joe Mathis, all the Joes. Joe Namath, shit. But here's the deal, man. I appreciate y'all, man. On the cool, no bullshit. I fucks with y'all. But I'm gonna call it a wrap for this evening, and get ready to wind it down. And so, you know. Because I said that was going to be the last call. Before that, we went another 20 minutes. I got to go stick to my protocol. I'm trying to get into a regimen here. But I see somebody call. Look, y'all be tempting me to. Let me see. Oh, fuck, what time we got? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in that one. Let me see. Whoever it was that just called, we'll take the Uno Miles. We'll do the one more. This is it. This is the permanent. This is the last and the final. The final form. You have me looking like no, you extended. It's already extended in. We went with 2.5. I was on time today, goddammit. Shit. I was about 5 minutes late. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, I was definitely like 5 minutes. I was 5 minutes behind. So, but yeah, let's see what that was. The call. We'll take this last one real quick. We got about un minuto. Let me see what we got. What we got? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? No, hold on. Every time I change this shit, I gotta change the dilly dally. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling to the den. Yeah, I can hear you now. I had to change the mic. Can you hear me? Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know. Can you hear me? Let me see.
I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. How about now? Can you hear me now? Hello. I don't know. Let me fix it to where I don't know. It's actually why is it muted like that? Let me see what we got going on here. No, I apologize to your ears. What's the motherfucking deal? Can you hear me? Okay. Already. Man up, what you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
Man, I appreciate you. First of all, I want to say appreciate you taking my call, man.
Already.
I've been sitting here watching. I haven't been participating in the chat this time, but I've been sitting here watching. But I do want to say, man, good show today, man. But I want to give my take on the internet, man. I think it's a neutral thing, good and bad. And I'm saying that because we did a show about this before. There's a lot of good things, that can come on the internet. People, can become successful. People can learn a lot of things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier for these kids these days to, have a lot of research at hand and things like that. So, it's a good thing. But then you got people that fucks it up because, for example, look at what Antonio Brown did to his former teammate Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yeah, Marquez. Antonio Brown a bitch. And he a whole bitch. I've been saying he a bitch, but he just really proved it.
Yeah, so I take it you saw what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's bullshit like that, man, that makes the internet horrible. It ain't nothing but people that makes things good or bad, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think it is, man. Excuse me. Then y'all talking about that Dwayne Wade son, man. I think, look, if you're gay, you're gay. It's your business. Nobody's telling you to be gay or not to be gay. It's your business. At least I'm not. I put it like that. At the end of the day, the boy was, I think he's 13 or something like that.
11.
Around there. Or 11, that's even worse. Man, that boy should be worried about being a kid first, besides all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, shit, when I was 11, I wasn't worried about no damn girls. I was going out there, getting out there, roughing up, playing some ball and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Being a kid. Before I got into girls and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You be a kid, because when you get older, your childhood is gone. Then you're going to miss that shit, wonder why you couldn't do this and do that when you was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Because your childhood is your foundation of your life, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when motherfuckers fuck that up, that's on them, or the people that's around them and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, excuse me. And then I saw somebody in the chat was constantly talking about that college scandal shit. You know what I'm saying? I know might be for another show. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, man, guess what? The parents, you know what I'm saying, fucking that shit up for the kids, whether the kids want that shit or not. They fuck that shit up for the kids because you should teach your kids, you know what I'm saying, how to earn shit for a living. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you gotta earn every motherfucking thing you get on this earth. People don't care about your feelings, and people don't care damn about your money. They'll take your money before they care about it. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, that was fucked up on the mom or the dad or whoever the hell did it. So, you know what I'm saying? I know they got the mom, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't the only one in there on that shit. But, excuse me. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold up too long, man. I know you want to go and get you some rest and shit, man, but I just have to get my point across on that bullshit, you know what I'm saying, about the internet and shit. It's just all, the internet, it's just a tool, like you said. We as people make it good or bad, or maybe neutral because you got good and bad shit. Because you got people that, you know what I'm saying, that'll go out there and say, hey, do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. You talking about what's people's favorite thing to do on the internet? Mine is to look up my Rockets and my Texans, and also, man, to watch some YouTube videos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I guess I'm old school. I like to get out and talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Act a fool with people, listen, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Yeah. I don't like to sit here. Because I see people all the time, you know what I'm saying, they'll have a party with nobody interacting, they all on their damn phones and shit. Yeah. Like, you might as well keep your ass at home.
Exactly.
What the fuck is that shit about? So, you know what I'm saying, but I ain't going to hold you up too long, man. I'm going to go and let you go. I just want to get my feel on that.
Already. I don't know if I'm supposed to call you man up or man cave, man, but I'm going to call you man up. That's, look, you call yourself man up, I'm going to call him man up now. But
yeah, it's man up, man. I changed my name, my channel name, because I plan on doing a couple of things in the future, man. But,
okay.
But, yeah, man, I ain't going to hold you up too long, man. I appreciate you taking my call, man. Y'all do what you got to do, man.
Already, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the Benjamin love, too, man. You have a good evening.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Have a good one now.
All right. Shout out to Man Up, man. And if y'all don't know, man, you need to check out Man Up channel too. We got What It Do. And you need to check that out. He talks about some real stuff on there too. So like I say, for those of y'all who've been fucking with the Den, I know a lot of y'all love Man Up Perspective. I enjoy his perspective. So I think y'all should check it out. Let me see if I can pull a link up for it real quick. But here is the motherfucking deal. When we get ready to wind it down, I'll discuss that because I was shocked to know that it was actually a nigga behind a lot of that shit. You know, the way they found out it was somebody else, but I was shocked to know there was a lot of. It was a dude there was a black dude that was behind a lot of the Yale coaching shit and a lot of that other stuff, and he was really trying to orchestrate some shit. But the way they caught the motherfucker was somebody else that had absolutely nothing to do with. Hold on, let me see now. Here we go. That had absolutely nothing to do with that situation or necessarily like the college stuff. He used it. He used the service of old buddy, but you know, but he used the service, and then after that they. You know, he snitched on nobody. And like I said, it's a whole lot of layers to it. But we'll talk about that another time. But here's the deal, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all know how it goes, man. Hey, look, Jack. That's the link to Man Up's What It Do 713 channel. Make sure you check that out. But with that being said, hey, my friends in the Den, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all coming through. Same Den time, same Den channel tomorrow. We'll be back at it. Expect much more daily content. Like I said, I was just getting some things in order with that Dwayne Wade video, but it'll be a lot more coming tomorrow. So expect more Den love coming through. But with that being said, hey Jack, y'all ain't got to go home. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. Appreciate y'all. I'm gone. Hold up. Who you with? Who you with? Get crunk. Who you with? Go. You know, say what y'all doing. Word. What y'all ate good today? I'm hungry. I've been on this calorie deficit shit. That shit for the birds. I'm out.